resting your breasts. You fainted and they shifted all out of whack. There.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
There's some toys that boys like to play with.
Oh boy!
I was wondering where the segue was, but now I get it.
Oh no!
Ladies and gentlemen, hi, welcome to What Toys with your co-host, myself and your co-host Robert Meyer Burnett.
I like the way you put in
Meyer.
a little accent on it, a little spin.
Little Meyer. Well, you see, this is just it. I'm a country bumpkin, and there is a local small business near to myself called Meyers, and it's called Meyers.
Yeah,
not Myers, Meyers. So I am trying desperately to re-educate myself.
Oh,
to say Meyer.
Listen, I shouldn't even have the name Meyer. The only reason I use it was because when I first worked on a film 32 years ago, you submit your credit, and there was a Rob Burnett that was much more rich, much more wealthy than I was, more famous. He produced The Late Show with David Letterman. Okay. And it was suggested that I don't use that name. So I use my middle name, which is pretentious and, highfalutin. And I figured, all right, well, I'll do that. Francis Ford Coppola, why can't I be Robert Meyer Burnett? And so it kind of stuck. But I do like when people say R&B. R&B is cool.
When I get my first credit, it's going to be under Terrence von Higginbottom.
And maybe I could give you that. Maybe we should work together. I just want to say before we start that it's a huge honor to be sharing a stream with Graham Nolan.
Oh, you do the intro.
Nice to be here, fellas.
I've done it plenty of times. You do the intro.
I was just
You're going to be thoroughly disappointed by the end of this show.
No. Au contraire.
I first really became aware of your work, as I was telling you before we started the stream, on Hawk World. John Ostrander and Timothy Truman were people that I was following from when they were doing work on First Comics.
Sure.
And like Grimjack was where I was really into them. And then over at DC, the Hawk World miniseries, the Prestige format miniseries, and then it turned into an ongoing book. And I know you'd done some DC work before then. For a while, actually, before you started on Hawk World. But I really love that Hawk World book. And I was just telling you, I recently was digging through my long boxes and resurrected it for me. I was like, oh, I forgot, and I love the DC science fiction stuff. I was just telling you the Chaykin miniseries Twilight and the Cosmic Odyssey that Mike Mignola did.
Oh yeah,
which was that was really cool. And I Adam Strange, and I really liked the spinoff from the Titans, Omega Men. That was where Lobo was first introduced, and then of course you got involved with doing a lot of the Dark Knight stuff. Post or during Nightfall with Azrael and all of that stuff, which was always fun.
But
so
where did you cut your teeth, Graham? Because there's a link, Robert. What did you cut your teeth on in the newspapers?
What's that?
Phantom?
The Phantom.
Yeah.
And who was in the Phantom?
Yes.
Billy Zane.
And who was the Phantom? The first Phantom.
Tom Tyler.
In the film?
No, in the film. I'm trying to think
Patrick McGowan.
Yeah, that's right.
McGowan.
That's right.
Dude.
Yeah.
Well done, Graham.
The prisoner.
You get the gold star, Robert.
I don't get a gold star. Well,
Patrick McGowan was the first Phantom, and then I saw I don't know quite how he says it half the time, but Yoda bro. He posted a picture yesterday of a brand new Phantom toy that had been released.
Oh yeah, somebody mentioned because I think today's the first appearance of the Phantom in the newspaper strips back in 1936. He appeared on this date. So I had posted something about the Phantom today, and somebody had mentioned that there was a new toy that came out.
Yeah, like Grandmaster Broder. But yeah, and I thought, damn, he looked really good as well. And I was like, oh, I could actually pretend that that's McGowan. And then we could have some causical link to the prisoner, which would be great. But Graham, wonderful to have you. Had you on the show a couple of times, and this is why you get asked back, because you're just amazing, and I love you to pieces.
Oh, thanks, pal.
And I got recently as I've discussed with you before, my Chinu comic arrived, both issues, which is on this snow globe, which I also got. 'Cause I'm a mega fan. And you're running another Indiegogo campaign at the moment, Alien Alamo. And I just want to, my mods, by the way, can I apologize to my mods? I did a very long stream yesterday with Gary. We went 5 and, well, Gary dipped after about 4.5, but he went for a long time. And I dipped after like nearly 6 hours.
Wow.
And when I was saying my goodbyes, I totally forgot to say goodbye thank you to the mods. And I felt so guilty because Vanessa and my beautiful Purple Valkyrie, they had done, they were sterling all throughout the night, chucking out links and doing great work. And I felt so guilty. So I needed to address that at the beginning. But
you're a horrible person.
I know.
And ungrateful of their love.
There's a special place in hell for you.
I know. And I deserve it. I truly deserve it. I felt so bad. Probably haven't turned up today, and rightfully so. Can I say? But I'm going to pop the link for Graham's Indiegogo, and let's have a wee look at it, shall we? In the chat, and also in the description box down below as well. I'm going to edit the description box, so please go support Graham. His Chinu book was great. Was thoroughly entertaining, thoroughly enjoyable. It was creepy, which is so weird for a comic nowadays. Cancel ours, absolutely. Yes, whatever you wankers.
Wow, that's
your
going
favorite
quite well.
femcel and all of that stuff that you keep putting in the chat. But yeah, the Chinu was great, and if Alien Alamo is on the same vein, then this one's going to be an absolute doozy as well, sir. And look at this, you've added a new perk. Which I'm already having to think about because I've gone for a headshot this time.
Mm-hmm.
I've gone and backed a headshot. I got to have a Graham Nolan headshot. I got to.
Everybody should have one. Everybody in the comment section should have one.
But look at this great. This is OG.
Oh yeah, you haven't seen this stuff because this got added later.
Yeah,
this is awesome.
Great. Did you write this as well?
Yeah.
Writes, draws. The guy, so because
you like sci-fi, Robert, this is a sci-fi.
I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to jump into this.
Wow.
I want to get it. I want a 30.
Well, there you go, Robert. Look at that one. Look at that comic book grab bag from his yesteryear.
Look, there's Hawk World right there. Yeah.
Bit of Hawk World there.
Power of the Atom. You know what? I have those Power of the Atom comics.
Graham, if I can specify a tech number, can we work with it?
We'll talk.
Okay, we'll talk.
I want that Metamorpho, man. Come on.
I know. Can I get a number? Yeah, can we get a number one Metamorpho?
Yeah.
Can we get right, Graham? I'm gonna write a list of demands.
Gonna have to do a special perk for you.
Yeah, a list of demands on exactly what comics I would like in my random graphics.
Yes.
Yeah, on your random grab bag. That's right. Yeah.
Which specific comics in my random grab bag?
664, a random Vengeance of Bane 1.
I'm looking at Tech 701. I'm looking at Tech 701 there with the that's a
I want to buy Graham a beer. Is that like Shock Top with the or is that what is that, a Hefeweizen? Do we know?
That one there? That's a shoot, I forgot. A drink? It's
well, to put an orange slice in a beer like Shock Top, babe, you put an orange slice on.
Yeah,
something like
it's
Sex
a
on the beach.
Beer. It's oh my god, I can't remember what it's called now.
Hefeweizen?
No, it's not a Hefeweizen. It's a wheat
Coke?
beer, but
I'm a big wheat beer fan.
It's not the summer
I don't think
ale.
I've ever had root beer. I've heard that root beer tastes like ass.
Blue Moon.
Blue Moon.
Oh, okay, there you go. Sure.
Yeah, it's a
There you
Blue
go.
Moon. Yeah.
You've never had root beer?
No, it's not
In your whole life?
Yeah.
You're kidding.
No.
Well, did you ever see the Deep Space Nine episode where Quark gives Garrick root beer?
I can't remember. I can remember the prune juice episode.
It's a
of
clip.
TNG.
It's a clip. If you just type in best Deep Space Nine clip ever, it's
Okay.
that clip.
Oh my god, really?
Yep, it's that clip.
God, I hate root beer.
They didn't like it very much on Deep Space Nine either.
Yeah, even aliens know better than to drink that crap.
There's a lot of Quark is a traitor comes out of it. I put DS9. Have I got to go Deep Throat 9?
Just go Deep Space Nine Quark root beer. It'll show up.
Let's go with a full Monty. Oh, fuck. Just go root beer. DS9 Quark drinks root beer.
I don't know if that's the clip, but it's when Quark gives root beer to Garrick to try. But
Yeah,
it's
these
okay.
like 2.5 minutes. I'm gonna get. I'll get. It is Quark, but I
don't mean to derail the whole.
And Garrett,
the whole
yeah. Let's
conversation.
just. It's all right. Graham's fine. Graham's like, it's fine as long as my shit's on the screen. I'm good. I'm good. You talk as much as you want. Yeah, we got Alien Alamo all over the screen. I don't care what's going on behind. If somebody, I will have to see if I can cut that down because otherwise, it's they're going to claim.
Yeah, it's too long. It's too long.
These are the big claims.
I didn't mean for you to play it on the show. I just thought you should watch it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm coming through some echo. We're okay now. We're okay. Okay. Sorry, let's go back to the chat.
I want to ask, Graham,
back
are
to the
you
screen.
self-publishing these comics? Is Compass Comics your company?
Yes.
It was a while ago, but I self-published my own comic once. I didn't create it or write it. It was other artists. It was Ben Rabb and Derek Hughes wrote it, and then a couple of. I actually have a copy of it right here. I didn't even realize we're gonna. But John Cassaday did this cover. Living in Infamy was the comic.
Cool.
And I even got Terry Austin to ink part of issue 4, and it was a fun experience. But I only published 4-issue miniseries.
Okay.
Infamy. They've all got it. Infamy.
I was gonna republish it and like do a crowdfunding campaign because it's we only did one run of the books and it's never been available, and I was gonna crowdfund it like you guys, and it looks like you have a great experience doing that. I mean, all the creators have moved to crowdfunding, and it's been great. We've been getting a lot of great books, and a lot of creators are being able to stretch. So has that been how many books have you crowdfunded so far?
Well, by myself, this is my second one.
Okay.
But I've had 2 other books crowdfunded. One a company did, and the other one Chuck Dixon and I did.
Oh, nice.
But these are the first 2 under my Compass Comics banner. And then I published Monster Island back in 1998. It was the first book I did under Compass Comics. But that was not crowdfunded because it didn't exist at that time.
Right, sure. Can I ask you a bit like in terms of printing, are you getting your books domestically printed? Do you get them printed in Canada or even in Korea?
Everything is done in America.
Oh,
Nice.
great. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, I won't outsource anywhere for anything.
That's great. That's great.
In fact, in the indicia, it even says proudly printed in the United States of America.
That's awesome. Because that was printing costs. They can wildly vary from place to place.
They can, I mean, if you go overseas to China and have them printed, they'll give you a cheap rate and everything, but then you have all that freight because these things are heavy.
Really
then
heavy.
You have to deal with the unions and dock issues like IDW prints all this stuff in China, and they printed a book of mine called Joe Frankenstein. And the week it was supposed to be in stores, it was stuck on a dock in San Diego because it was a strike.
Wow.
So it ended up getting to stores like 2-3 weeks late. When you start to lose all that momentum and everything, it's just a pain.
No, that's
so
never good.
I'm never, I'm doing everything in the U.S. and keeping jobs here in the U.S. So
yeah. That's great.
I just not sorry to lower the tone for a second.
What's the Englishman saying?
Huh? What's the English guy saying? Nothing.
We're talking about America here, pal.
I just want to address something that somebody said in the chat, and Robert will back me up on this, and also my moderation team will back me up on this. A couple of weeks ago, we ran a competition to win a hot toy. The competition was completely random. Completely random. I posed a very easy, simple question, which was what hot toy did I show off to start the show? And because people obviously come in during the show as well, I thought, it's going to be a little bit unfair for them if I didn't give a hint. So obviously I took the toy and I showed it on the screen as I was saying it. And then I said, as soon as I finish speaking, boom, post your answers. So it gave people the best chance to win. And I asked my moderation team to screenshot the chat so we can get exactly who the winner was, and then post me the image of the screenshot, which they did. A chap called Michael, I believe it was, won. And it turns out that Michael lived 30 odd miles from me. Not far from me at all, which was incredible because it just was great for me because I, instead of having to come into the UK then ship it around the world, I just had to ship it to the UK. So it didn't matter who or where you were in the UK, the shipping was going to be the same. But it was just a weird coincidence, which I shared with Robert. And I said, hey, Rob, did you know that the guy, I don't know how, but some nasty little person in the chat, and this is why I want to address this because I'm open, is saying that it was rigged and fixed so my friend could get a hot toy. I don't have to rig a competition to give a friend a hot toy. Okay? I can just, as Robert, I'm not trying to flex here. As you know, I'll come into your stream and I'll drop some sheets in your stream.
Yeah, yes.
And I'll go around other people that I love to watch streaming, and I'll drop sheets in their streams. If I want to give a hot toy to a friend of mine and I don't know Michael, I will just buy them a hot toy. That is what I will do. I don't need some elaborate fucking hoax of a fucking competition to cover up getting them a hot toy.
Plus, it was just supposed to be fun.
I know. This is just it. You try. No good deed goes unpunished.
I just like the idea that somebody thought we actually planned it.
I know. It's ridiculous. But because I live in West Yorkshire, they live in West Yorkshire, it's a fix. If it was a friend, and I don't know Michael, but if it was a friend, I'd just buy him a hot toy. If he said, hey, Az, I really like your show, but I can't buy a hot toy. Can you buy me a hot toy? I go, all right, I'll buy you a hot toy. We'll call it a Christmas present, a birthday present, something like that. That's what we do. So I'm sorry that you didn't win. We'll do another one. If he wins twice in a row, maybe then get back to me. But we'll do another one at another time. There was like over 1,200 people in the chat. For him to get his answer to the top, we are talking some fucking Mission Impossible bullshit we have to pull off to make that happen. But hey, so I'm sad that there's bitter people. Michael, I know you sent photographs of your hot toy. Enjoy it, sir. As I said, no good deed ever goes unpunished. That's what you get for running a competition and trying to give something back to people.
You got a lot of
these are the days we live in, folks. These are the days that we sadly live in. So yeah, Robert, by the way, Robert, you're winning the next one.
Oh yeah. Can I get some Iron Man armor? Because I gotta get that
we'll add a little bit more for the
I wasn't gonna get that last Endgame Iron Man armor, but it's too dope not to get. So
do you know, folks, it would have worked out cheaper for me to have a foreign winner in America because I wouldn't have had to pay the import fee on the.
So I got to show something that was sent to me.
Sure.
So a couple weeks ago on this stream, I ordered this.
Yes.
And I was talking about for whatever reason, I was talking about my meme-worthy John Travolta from Pulp Fiction action figure, and I kind of have him. He's the confused John Travolta. Yeah. Also, by the way, he came with this this old reel-to-reel. Part of the accessories was this. It came with this, but which is cool. But so I don't know why I was riffing on the fact that I love action figures with cigarettes. It was just like action figures with toys. I mean, action figures with chairs and action figures with cigarettes are two things that I have fetishes for. I'm like, anything with a cigarette, even though I don't smoke, and anything with a chair, I will buy. So I started to riff on Quentin Tarantino's Apple cigarettes, red Apple cigarettes. And I'm like, I'll bet you that somebody makes a 6 scale. I think they came with like the Reservoir Dogs figures. So I went online while we were live.
Yeah.
And I found somebody on Etsy that does in fact make let's see if I can hold it up. Here is a Quentin Tarantino's red Apple cigarette case. Now, here's something that's, let me see if I can do this and you can actually see. You can actually see this. So in the box are cigarettes.
Boom. Yeah.
Wow.
That is
And
crazy.
Those are 6 scale cigarettes that go.
Yeah, I think we're going to have to go full screen on you here, Robert.
Yeah. Oop. Uh-oh. One of them just fell off my hand. I'll find it. So they're the cigarettes that come in the red Apple cigarettes box.
Does that mean you only get a 1/6 of the cancer?
No, there's more.
No. Okay.
So these cigarettes are in various stages of smoked, and then it does come with more that are in here.
That's insane.
Is that not the greatest thing ever?
That's amazing. That somebody took the time to make those things so damn small.
Well, what's so great is it's even got like the federal tax stamp on it. Like, it's just, I love God love the internet and people in the world. So now I can have my John Travolta character. No one might know, but he's got his red Apple cigarettes that I can put in his jacket. But I mean, you can't really. I found the one that fell. You can't really see, but it's hard to show that one of these cigarettes has got ash on it, and it's almost down to the filter. and who the craftsmanship, the thought that was put into this deserves to be lauded. And it's
now, how much did that little pack of cigarettes cost?
It costs a total of $20, and that really included shipping, I think. That's
not bad.
No,
that's great.
And if you look at this, I mean,
the level of detail on those
it's really well done. And because I think part of the appeal of toys is the miniature nature of them. I mean, we start out as kids. Cars, I think, would be the first thing. We all get miniature cars, and we grew up with Matchbox and Corgi and Dinky. And Graham had something he's going to show later that Elizabeth is telling me to say who made them. I don't remember. I threw away the packaging, and it was somebody in Italy on Etsy, and I think it was maybe on eBay. I can't imagine that in the world there are many people that are. I don't think there's a lot of competing 6 scale red Apple cigarette makers in the world. So
no,
I would just assume. But the fact that we live in a world now where you can get, people are making almost anything. That's what I love about fandom. That's what I love about the internet. That's what I love about the modern age. Everybody's so angry all the time, or mad about politics, or mad about whatever.
I've just witnessed that.
And I'm like, how can you be angry when you can go in and type 1/6 red Apple cigarettes, and it comes up that somebody makes them in a foreign country and you can buy them? I'm like, that alone should put a smile on your face. And if there's any divisiveness in the world, I'm like, you know what? I can just, I'll keep my mouth shut, and I'm going to buy my 6 scale red Apple cigarettes, and I'll feel happy at least for a week, because no one can take that away from me. And it's amazing.
Well, they can get mad, Robert, if they don't own them. If they didn't win them. If they didn't win them, then they can get mad.
Well, it's true. I mean, I just I think that Wow, there's even more Red Apple cigarettes than I even thought in here.
It's not the one I wanted to do.
Amazing. So there you go. And I think now more and more people are starting to get diorama stuff for their 6-scale figures. I mean, they're making more and more.
I thought you were going to say diarrhea stuff for their figures, and
no,
that wasn't going to go well.
But so you can get a 6-scale bathroom. You can buy a 6-scale bathroom that comes with a toilet and
that comes and toilets. Could you say that's technically a seat?
You could say it's a chair. I mean, if you wanted to do like you could have a Casino Royale, like from the beginning of Casino Royale, where Bond makes his first kill.
Or John Travolta, the black and white seat
with John Travolta. Yeah, you could do. I could have John Travolta sitting on the toilet getting gunned down by Bruce Willis.
Yeah,
you could do that. You could do that definitely.
Do they have the seat from Casino Royale where Bond's balls are dropping through?
No, but you could probably get the chair and modify it. And then, they do make a great Hannibal. They did make a great Hannibal figure of Mads Mikkelsen. I think 3A Toys did it, so you could modify him and turn him into Le Chiffre and do the whole scene. You could get like the under the warehouse, wherever that gross room was, and you could totally make. You could totally
make an action figure that actually has the balls.
Yeah. Well, that's what Sculpey is for. You make your own ball sack.
Yeah, cut out the wicker bit. Let them hang.
Yeah. But that's the great thing about the world we live in. I mean, you can buy as knows. I don't know if you know, Graham. There's a company called Jazz Inc. Dioramas from the Netherlands. It's a father and son team, and they're basically making 6-scale sets for action figures, mostly related to superheroes and Star Wars. But they're building whole set pieces. Like, I'm waiting for mine. It's already paid off. I paid it off like 6 months ago, and it's supposed to come. But the cockpit of the Millennium Falcon, but it's done in 6 scale, and and they've now got people. They're doing a 66 Batmobile, from the Adam West, Burt Ward Batman, and they've got people sending them blueprints of the actual cars, the actual things that they're making, so they're screen accurate. And it's not going to be available till September, but it's amazing. Amazing.
Well, I definitely know about Jazz Inc. because I got an invoice from them today.
I did too, for my snowspeeder.
My invoice was for the Batmobile.
The Justice Batmobile?
The Justice Mobile, yes. Which means now I've only got 6 payments left in total. That's 3 for the Batmobile, for the Justice Mobile, and 3 for the computer. So I'm getting a little bit excited. All the payments are nearly done and dusted. Graham, just to fill you in briefly, Jazz Inc., this diorama company, when I ordered the items I ordered, I put a deposit on, and then it said, we'll take X amount every month. So I would get this email saying, here's your invoice for this month. And I'd be like, cool. Be taken out my bank. Boosh, boosh, boosh. That goes on for a few months. And then I'm just talking to Robert one day, not on stream. We're just shooting the shit. And he says to us, I just paid my invoice. It came through. I clicked pay. And I've gone through and I paid my invoice. So I'm getting excited because I'm paying this off. And I was like, I think mine just comes straight out of my bank account. And Robert's just like, there's a click the pay button. So I was kind of like, nah, it'd be right. It'd be fine. I'm sure mine comes directly out. Left it another month or so, maybe a few weeks. And then we had this same kind of conversation. So I say, right, I'm going to look. So I go into my account. I've got like fucking 3 months of unpaid invoices for the stuff.
Oh. So you didn't pay anything on it?
No. I just paid the deposit and that was it. So I've got these outstanding invoices. So I had to, oh my God. So it's like pay. And I was like, I just had to pay like $1,500.
But the thing is about I mean, they're totally unlicensed, and it's a father-son team doing it, and they're doing it, I think, as a hobby. no one's making, because the toy companies can't afford to make these 6 scale things, so they're doing them on their own. And they're not like, it's not like the Justice Batmobile from Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice. It's just called the Justice Mobile, you know, and it looks it's exactly the same, but they do a phenomenal job, and they've made like different sets, like the Rebel Blockade Runner from the opening of Star Wars. They made that corridor where Darth Vader first comes in with the stormtroopers, and it's perfect. Like
Nice.
it's a perfect, and it's huge. I mean, these things are huge. So they're beautiful. But the great thing about this company is they make it so if you want, you can pay something off over 18 months.
Oh,
And so like the 66 Batmobile, I think I started paying it off in the last summer. It's not even going to be done until September of 2021. So it's a manageable thing, and you don't even, you know, it's a couple of drinks, a couple of double Jamesons when you go out on a, not that anyone's gone out anywhere, but the especially here in LA, but it's still great when you get it. Again, it's another thing. It to me, it's like, yes, you can get red apples in a crack vial, red apple cigarettes, or you can get a 66 Batmobile that lights up and the buttons work and it's totally screen accurate. I love the internet. God knows about the creative impulses. Or if you want, you can go to Graham Nolan's upcoming ongoing GoFundMe campaign and get, what is it? Alien Alamo?
Indiegogo.
Indiegogo.
The link is in the description box.
Indiegogo.
The link is in the description box to support that as well. GoFundMe, Robert. What are you talking about, man?
I don't know.
Go play the video for them.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna play that. Yeah, because that video is great, actually.
Yeah,
and it won't get me. It won't get me pulled. Yeah, let's do a screen share. Douche. I actually put the audio on because I thought about it this time. Let's
how refreshing.
Yes, which is good for me. That's me. It's my spirit animal.
That's awesome.
That's a great video.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
But now I want to get one of those crab creatures with the Nolan sticker on the shell, just like on the cover.
Yeah.
I want to get one of those in
I got to
6
get me
scale.
one of those digital printers, you know, one of those
3D to support
printers.
the campaign, the link is in the description, folks. The link is in the description. I'll put it in there. So please go support Graham's Indiegogo campaign. But Graham, you got to pay. You got to pay. This promotion don't come for free,
right?
You got to pay your dues.
What's it going to cost me?
I think it's going to cost you some showing of some toys.
Some toys.
Yeah. So let's see what you've got. Well, let's see what you've got to show the chat. They're keen.
Well, first off, it's not much to anybody else, but this is a very important toy to me. This is a 1966 Batman ring.
Wow.
That came out of like a gumball machine. You know, you put the quarter in the machine.
Yeah.
And I've had this like since I was just a little boy. It was at a bowling alley, and I saw it in this thing, and I asked my dad for a quarter, and he let me have it, and I ended up getting, you know, there's all kinds of crap in there, but I ended up getting the Batman ring, and I've had it all
in such good condition?
Yeah.
It looks in amazing condition.
Yeah, I mean, even the little ring part is still on there.
Douche. Yeah, let's have a. That looks incredible for 60. And that is, what year was that? Did you got it 60?
I got this probably in 60. Oh, wait, you know what? There's a date on here. Let me see. No, it's no date. It was made in Hong Kong. I probably got it in 68 or 69. Is my guess.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can we have a
So I
look
was
at
like,
because that condition's insane.
yeah, it's in good shape.
What?
The rubber's still pretty loose, hasn't cracked.
Oh, that ain't gonna go nowhere.
So that quarter was well worth it.
Good grief. Yeah. What else you got schnuck down there, eh?
Well, to follow the Batman theme, I don't really have a lot of superhero toys. I just don't collect them. But I had to get this. This is the rocket car.
It's so badass.
The train car. What do they call it? Rocket. The subway rocket.
The subway rocket. Yeah.
That Chuck and I created in Detective Comics.
And this is what I tell you, the folks. This is what Asbats would ride on, because he didn't use the Batmobile, or very rarely used the Batmobile. He would use the subway system, the non-used subway system, because there was like 2 subway systems running under Gotham.
Mm-hmm.
And it was discovered by Bruce just a little bit before Nightfall started. And then he created the subway rocket, which goes down. And that is, God, where can I get that?
Well, see, what's so cool is that you created that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like that's the dream, to have created something that somebody else turns into a toy.
Yeah. And Eagle Moss makes this in your home country.
Yeah.
And they do such a great job. They had the blueprints of the thing in there based on my drawings. There's clips from the comics. Like, I think the sequence where Azrael is driving this thing, and all of a sudden he's coming towards a head-on with a train. And the whole idea for this rocket car is this fairing on the back here.
Yeah.
It flips the other way.
Yeah.
And inside, his seat is mounted on a gyroscope, and then it just revolves and turns. So now he's facing the other way. He hits the retro rockets, and off he goes
in the other direction.
Yeah, off in the other direction. So, there's like a 3D background.
Go full frame on that ass.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see that. The background there is like a scene from the comic, and there's Azrael standing there, and it's too much reflection, but it's like it's not like lenticular. It might be lenticular because it has like a 3D feel to it, so it looks really cool. Yeah.
And you made it. You designed it. I love it.
Yeah.
That's the dream, man. That's the dream.
There's me trying to wait on mute. Yeah, that's I could see Azrael there. He was in his first full Azrael. That's the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Before he started making the tweaks. And eventually ended up where you can if I just up that, ends up with that helmet.
Oh, yeah.
Ends up with that one. But yeah, it goes under a few iterations, comes out with it. Did you, I think you did. Did you draw the cover for 675 when he's got the mounted shuriken gun and he goes into his final form?
I drew the interiors. All those covers were done by Kelly Jones.
Kelly Jones did the cover. Yeah. Of course. Yeah. Because that was the sort of, I think they embossed the 675 cover from what I can remember.
Yeah, either that or there was a gold, silver ink on it. It might have been the silver ink.
Yeah, they did something with. Yeah, they did something. They shined it up.
Because Gunhawk and Bunny are in that issue, right?
Yes, they return. Yeah. They're back. They made an appearance just before Nightfall. God damn! Yeah,
you can't see it because of my green screen, but right there on my corkboard is the actual original drawing, the original design for Gunhawk and Bunny.
No way.
Yeah. I'm going to pull it down. I'm going to pull it down.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see it.
Yes, the answer is always yes, Graham, on this show. There is no questions. The answer is always yes. Should I? Yes. Why? Oh, yes. There we go.
There it is.
Yeah, baby.
It's done on like a
That's really great.
Because Bunny got shot, didn't she? She got shot or injured. I
in
remember.
that book,
yeah. And I remember him carrying her away. God, yeah. I'm sure they did a newsstand version of 675 as well, though.
Yeah,
but that was still Kelly Jones that did the newsstand version.
Yeah,
I think they did 2 versions. God damn! Oh, full screen now. Sorry, I get into it. I get into it. You know, it's Graham Nolan. Like living a dream every time he comes on.
Art. I'm gonna get his last name wrong.
T-Bear.
He's in the chat. I was like,
oh
wow, more comic book luminaries of people whose work I own.
There's Art T-Bear as well. Hey, Art, good to see you, man.
What a cool.
I backed and boarded one of Art's. Well, he did. I think he did one of the parts to the Dark Knight over Dark Knight over Metropolis, the 3-parter. I'm pretty sure Art. Correct me if I'm wrong, sir, but I'm pretty sure you did one of the parts to that. So you actually had one of your comics bagged, boarded on one of my streams, The Real BBC with Gary.
Who is that bald bastard?
Who's Well, you got a show. You do a show, don't you?
Yeah.
And it's like you and Dan and who else? It's like the Balds and Art or something, isn't it? It's called like the Baldies and Art.
The first iteration was called the Bald, the Beautiful, and Art.
It could have just been the Bald and the Beautiful. The Bald and the Beautiful. That's what it should have been.
Yeah.
Because there you go.
Now we're called the Professionals.
Oh.
The Professionals spilling the ink, it's called.
Wow.
I had a lovely exchange with Art on Twitter before Christmas, and he put up some images of when he was selling his house, and he's like, selling this out, and it looked gorgeous. You know, the house.
He just moved to Texas.
I know. He's got no power. Well, he's got power because he's in the street. Thank goodness. And I said, Art, can I just have the house? And he went, no. You can come over for barbecue. And I was like, oh, that's lovely. I'm in the UK, but that's lovely.
Great.
I'm going to show something off. Since we're talking about retro and childhood, and there's a bit of a retro feel, and it's my fault because I just want to talk to Graham about his old stuff. There is something that came out recently, just come out. I say recently, it's actually just come out, and I was lucky enough to pre-order it immediately, and so it shipped. But when I was a kid, you couldn't get me away from Lego. You could not get me away from the stuff. And it started off with City Lego. I did a little bit of Space Lego. By the way, the registration plate is LL928, I believe, from the spaceship, which is the first one that I got. But my true love, was always Castle Lego. I love the whole knights and the armor and the
Lego knights were great.
Oh yeah. But because I'm so old, he says I'm probably the youngest here.
You are the youngest here.
My Castle Lego actually did start with the OG yellow Castle, the first one that Lego actually did. And then it went in when they started to make it the Black Knights versus I think it's like the Lionhearts. You'd have the Black Knights with the crest, and then you'd have the Lionheart with the lion crest. And that became a thing for a good few years. I tried to get whatever I could. You know, it was one of those times where you were desperate for your birthday to come around, so you could just ask for something. But they released what they called an exclusive, so it's just a one-off, but it's a medieval Lego. But instead of just doing something medieval with no kind of theme, they actually threw it right back to the Black Knight stuff. So I picked up this douche, which is the medieval blacksmith, which comes with 2 Black Knights, but now they've got pauldrons, they've got new facials, they've got new hair, it's all sexy, and then the whole thing is modular. So the roof bit comes off, then this next bit here comes off. So you've actually got 3 segments of the blacksmith itself. And
wow, that's really cool. Whole interiors and it's
yeah. Like the upstairs is like a bedroom area, then there's like a kitchen area, and then down in the cellar is where the blacksmithing takes place, and it's actually got some batteries that lights up the furnace, so the furnace will actually glow and give off this beautiful effect. So I'm gonna start building this on stream.
Is that new or is that vintage?
This is brand spanking new. This is not vintage. This is a brand new exclusive, which has just come out. They've showed it off for a little bit, but now it's actually come to fruition to release. Just the beautiful details, like on the roof. Instead of just having the tiling, you got the tiling. Some have fallen away.
Do you have a whole Lego town in your house?
Dude. Bruh.
I haven't seen any of your Legos. So
I've got a cabinet in the front room. I've got pictures. I can send them. That's just full of hidden side Lego, which is now discontinued, by the way.
Isn't there like, haven't you made the ultimate as heel versus babyface Lego video?
When I went to my mum's about a year ago, I went with a friend of mine, and we had a nice big car with us. And my mum said, "Hey, any chance of you taking away your tubs of Lego from when you were a kid?" So I was like, so I got these 2 wicker baskets behind me. They're full of like my old 80s toys and stuff.
Yeah.
And then we took these 2 massive, like huge tubs that were just full of Lego. There might actually be 3 from what I can remember. Just full to the brim of Lego and instructions as well. We kept all the instructions.
Oh, so you can rebuild everything.
So I can, and there's a lot of Lego castle stuff in there. So I could go in and rebuild that old Lego castle stuff to combine if I wanted to. The blacksmith, get the castle up, there's like a little tower, little lovely things that they used to do in the 90s that were nice and cheap, not this expensive stuff. The Lego puts out to bankrupt people like me that want to relive those days again. But I'm just kind of like, if you do this and if this sells well, please, can this open the door for some more medieval exclusives? But it's such a lovely throwback to when I was a kid. And it's not just a nostalgia trip, because the progression on the whole thing, the way that the building's actually constructed into a modular system, so you can just take stuff off and easily access other stuff. The way that they've put the lighting system in for the forge to give that lovely little effect. The evolution of the soldiers. So even though you've got the Black Knight's chest piece still, now you've got the pauldrons, now you've got the new helmets, now you've got the new hairdos, now you've got the new facials. So, there's just those lovely little modifications which have come over time, which just make it feel as if something old has been brought into the modern era. Mm-hmm. And I love stuff like that.
I got a couple more goodies if you want to see them.
Yeah.
Now, I said that I don't really collect a lot of superhero stuff. But what I do collect is Universal Monsters. I love Universal Monsters. Ever since I was a little kid, I love the monsters long before I even got into comics and superheroes and stuff. And I still, and there's less of that stuff out there, so I find it more fun to try and collect and find. This piece here, back in the 60s, there was a company called Marx, M-A-R-X, I believe.
Okay.
And they were in Long Island, and I used to live on Long Island, and an old guy at the corner used to work there. He used to work for Mark's Toys, and at Halloween we'd go trick-or-treating at his house, and he didn't give us candy, he gave us toys. And one of the cool things was the Universal Monsters series of these.
Oh man, I remember those.
Remember those?
Yeah.
They had the Mummy, they had Frankenstein, they had the Hunchback, the Wolfman.
Man, I haven't seen one of those in forever. Wow, I'm having childhood flashbacks to those.
Yeah, this is based on the Glenn Strange Frankenstein monster. This is one of the originals. They did them in different colors.
Yeah,
but I think the orange was the original. They did a green and maybe a purple too, I think. But I think the orange here was the original. Let's see if there's a date.
Your toy's in such good condition.
Wow.
Mine is so annihilated with overplay.
Graham, when you were a kid, I know you the monsters, but did you ever have any major Matt Mason figures? The astronaut. Yeah. See, I was a little too young, and when I started looking for those, I think it was the great frustration of my mother that she could never find, because they had stopped making them because you're a few years older than me, but not by much.
Yeah, I'm 59.
I was 67.
Oh,
so okay. For those of you who don't know,
no, I was born in 62. I'm 59 years old.
Yeah, okay, so not that much older than me, but Major Matt Mason was a toy line. It was a space toy line, and Major Matt Mason was an astronaut, and he had all these cool vehicles and play sets, and he was basically a bendable figure, but it was really cool. And I could never, I'd see pictures of these things. I'm like, where it was the Major Matt Mason stuff, and it was the model kit of the moon bus from 2001 that had also gone out of production. And those are the two things in my childhood that I wanted. I could never get. Now I have a moon bus model, but I've never owned any Major Matt Mason stuff, and I just wondered if you
have a Major
any.
Matt Mason up on my shelf there that my brother got me 18 years ago for my 40th birthday. He found a Major Matt Mason in a like an antique shop or something like that. So he bought it, and he's carrying a little card that says 40 on it, and I still have it. It's up on my shelf there. Yeah.
And they did make an alien. There was an alien figure for the Major Matt Mason stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And they had that walker, that thing that would walk.
Yep.
And they had the deep space suit. And then he had a buddy, Sergeant Storm, who had the orange body.
Yeah. They had a headquarters. It's great.
Yeah. So here's the other one I got. This is I'll pull this back. These are Universal action figures, right? In a set. So these are the stamps. These are actual US stamps.
Wow.
The Universal monsters. And then
there we go.
There we go.
That's what the audience like. That's what they like to see.
12-inch figures.
Yeah. Oh,
now, do you know who made those? What company made the figures?
Kenner.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's Kenner.
So those go a little ways back.
Yeah, this is from. Let me see if I can find a. 97.
Yeah,
I was gonna say it had to be like 20 years old.
Yeah, 1997.
Shit, I should have gone full screen. Sorry. People keep going, let's go full screen. I get involved. I fall into it. I fall into the trap.
I got one more.
I'm sorry.
I got one more I got to share, and it was my.
I'm going to preemptive. All right, preemptive strike.
Actually, bring it back the other way so you guys can talk for a second. I got to go run and get it really quick.
Okay,
I'll be back in like 2 seconds.
Well, yeah, that's good, cool. Because Robert, I had a bit of a cry at you recently, because
were you sad cry or mad at me?
Yeah, sad cry. No, I'm never mad at you.
You never know yet. You never know.
No reason to be mad at you, my friend. Because we were talking about like old school, not old school toys, but old school franchises.
Yeah.
Big Chief, of course, were bringing out the Captain Scarlet range.
Right.
And we showed it on screen. I think we showed the actual things on screen.
Yes.
And then I sat on it for a little bit. I didn't pull the trigger.
Right.
And then when I made the decision, I was like, right, I'm going to go get the Captain Black and the Captain Scarlet.
Yeah.
So I went to Big Chief, and I went to the Captain Black. Boosh, got the Captain Black. Went to the Captain Scarlet. Sold out. And my heart just went, no. And I messaged you, and I was just like, I was fucking sold out. And I was just like, I was so sad, and I was looking everywhere, but this is like a Big Chief thing, and I just couldn't see anything anywhere. But Big Chief had made a slight mistake, because if you went in on the limited edition, which is what I went into, that was sold out. And I think the only difference with the limited edition is his epileps light up.
Okay.
And if you click the standard edition, from that, it would say sold out. However, if you went in on the standard link, there was some stock of Captain Scarlet. You've never seen me pull the trigger so quick. So quick. And what I decided to do with the Captain Black and the Captain Scarlet is I just bought them outright.
Yeah.
Didn't put a deposit on them. When it comes to Big Chief, I just buy outright. When it comes to Sideshow, I put the deposits on.
Yeah, I have I'm still waiting on their Flash Gordon figures. Ooh. The Max von Sydow Ming the Merciless. That figure looks amazing, but I've had that on pre-order for what, 2 years?
Wow.
Something like that. I don't know. But I bought those through Big Bad Toy Store, so I don't know when they're gonna ever show up. But
right,
yeah.
Okay, you guys ready for the ultimate?
Yeah, I'm preempting,
We're ready.
Graham. I'm preempting.
Robert, you'll probably agree with this, because we're of an age where G.I. Joe was not a little plastic figure.
No, it was
G.I.
12-inch.
Joe was
the ultimate.
Badass 12-inch figure. And that's the Foot Locker.
Wow.
The Foot Locker was the ultimate grab for every kid. Look at all the equipment in there. There's an M1 carbine, an M1 Garand, ammo packs. There's a canteen. There's a chow pack, hand grenades, a 1911 45.
Yeah, I mean, those are the what here's something that people don't remember, but
no, don't put it down. No, bring it back.
The GI Joe, those were the ultimate.
No way.
This is the one.
God.
This was my first GI Joe. This one here, the Navy one with the Frogman suit.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
First one I ever owned.
This is outstanding stuff, dude.
What's really interesting about G.I. Joe is when I was the Foot Locker was the coolest thing, but because of Vietnam, the Vietnam War, Hasbro I think it's Hasbro who made G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
They could no longer make the action soldier G.I. Joe. They reframed it into the adventure team. The G.I. Joe adventure team. And so suddenly they were worldwide adventurers instead of soldiers. And I was right at that when I was, because G.I. Joes were my favorite. And when I was collecting them, I would ask my mom, I'd see pictures of like they made a Jeep with a big gun on the back of the Jeep.
The bazooka.
And it had a signal. Yeah, it was a bazooka and the signal light. And I'm like, how come I can't get that? So I was because it was that transition point where they're like, well, we're not going to sell kids war toys anymore. We're going to reframe. And then they made cool stuff like an airboat and the mobile support vehicle and the headquarters. But I wanted the army
helicopter
shit.
The
yellow helicopter was the coolest helicopter.
I had the Jeep with a bazooka on the back, and the bazooka fired.
Yes.
There's a spring-loaded thing, and it shot the little plastic mortar out.
Yeah,
my mum was in a bad mood one day, and I was playing with it in my room, and I fired the bazooka, and the bazooka went flying out my door, and I just heard my mum go, "Right, that's it," and she storms in the room, she grabs the bazooka, and she goes and smashes it into pieces on the wardrobe.
Ooh.
And I was mortified. Ouch. She wasn't in a good headspace then.
When
So
they
I don't blame her.
when they went to the adventure team, then they also gave Joe that's the 70s lifelike hair, it was called. So Joe now sported a beard and he had the fuzzy hair. And then eventually they came with Kung Fu Grip.
The Kung Fu Grip,
which
was really cool because they could hold their weapons better.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know,
the other one was you had this hand and you had that hand. You know, and so you had to stick the 45 in here. This one,
I have the G.I. Joe in there.
Do you really?
I have it in one of these 2 wicker boxes. I've had it out before. It's right. It's naked. Don't ask. Okay, but it's over the years. It's naked. It was one where you pull the thing and he speaks.
Oh yeah, right.
Pulls the cord and it speaks with the movable eyes, and it's covered in dart holes because he was hung up for a period of time on the dartboard and used for practice. I'm like, we're kids. Leave us alone. Right? There was no internet.
As you age and you age out of these things, you know, like what we used to do with our.
Wait, what did you just say? What?
Well,
wait a minute. Back up.
Heresy.
What?
You know, now we're paying big money to get these toys back that we destroyed. Because, you know, all of a sudden you find girls and stuff. So we used to take our G.I. Joes. The inside of the G.I. Joe is like these rubber connectors that would attach to the hooks on the arms and stuff that keep everything in there. Yes. And we would take firecrackers and we would light them. We'd pull his head up and throw it down in there and blow his arms and legs off. And sometimes we'd throw them like underneath the uniform so that it would blast and tear up the uniform so he looked like Sergeant Fury. You know,
the Howling Commandos.
Nice.
You know, because Fury always had a torn shirt and torn shit all over. You know, so we used to blow the hell out of our G.I. Joe.
Yeah, I mean, I loved G.I. Joes. I sort of transitioned out when Mego started making the world's greatest superheroes and Star Trek figures and Planet of the Apes figures. But G.I. Joe, what really made me abandon the 12-inch G.I. Joes is they made a superhero character named Bullet Man. And Bullet Man, the body was really cheap. It wasn't thick plastic anymore. It was like a lighter weight plastic. And Bullet Man came in these tights and he literally had a bullet plastic headpiece and you could string up wires and he would slide down the wires. I'm like, this is the dumbest shit. I'm out, man. G.I. Joe let me down. I love G.I. Joe. If I'm going to get real superheroes, I'm going to go get the world's greatest superheroes because Mego was making, even though they were 8 inches, not 12 inches. Oh, they did make 12-inch figures, but they were making both Marvel and DC. And it was great, and they made Batman villains, and but G.I. Joes really were the first action figure love that I had because of the amazing accessories and the vehicles. I mean, that yellow helicopter you're talking about, and the mobile support vehicle, and also they made this cool airboat, and there was a hang glider, and there was like this off-road vehicle that was looking for a mummy, and it was. Remember that thing?
There was a space capsule too.
Yeah, the Mercury,
like the Mercury space capsule,
and then it came with you could get the Mercury suit. I loved that.
Yeah, I had all of that.
It was the best.
Yeah, and that yellow helicopter.
I've got to phone my mom and ask her a question about something.
There was the motor. There was a little thing. You pressed the little black thing, and it would spin the blades.
Yeah, and the blades were huge too.
Yeah.
I mean, it was
every kid probably whacked their head with them, you know.
Yeah, it was real, and that was the cool thing about them is that the Justin, who we've had on the show before, would call it the word toyetic. Those G.I. Joes were very toyetic because there was so much play value.
Yeah,
insane.
Yeah,
I was phoning my mama. She went to voicemail. Sadly, she might call back, but I was phoning her up. I want to find out if she's still got the Jeep in the garage. I want to know if she's still got my action. We call them Action Man over here before they got converted to G.I. Joe. I want to know if she's got the Action Man Jeep because it's all based off the same mold. So,
the only G.I. Joes I still have the G.I. Joe sets. I don't know if you ever saw they made the sets of the Black Hawk characters from like DC Comics. They made Black Hawk and they made Enemy Ace. G.I. Joe made those. I have those. They came in these beautiful boxes, big boxes with multiple sets of clothing. And I had to buy those because I loved Howard Chaykin's Blackhawk series that he was doing for DC. I'm like, oh, I gotta have these Blackhawk.
I always wanted the $6 Million Man figure.
Oh,
Yeah,
That was another 12-inch figure.
Lee
My
Majors.
buddy had that, but I never got that one.
I used to love Lee Majors as a kid.
It was great. That was a good toy line. My sister had the Bionic Woman, and the Bionic Woman blow up Dome House. So you'd blow up the Dome House. You know, and it'd have it was like this. It was an inflatable dome, but you have the furniture. Because the one thing about playing with action figures, and I'll freely admit this, they never made any civilian places for like G.I. Joe to go. And my sister had a 4-story Barbie. It was like a dream house condo that had an elevator that worked with a string. And so my sister would never play with that stuff. So I took over her 4-story, and that was where G.I. Joe lived. He was like the swanky bachelor and then of course enemies would assault his home. I was doing Die Hard way before Die Hard ever existed.
You didn't have the G.I. Joe French whorehouse? You didn't have that one?
No, I never got that French brothel playset.
That was one of my favorite accessories.
It was also a scratch and sniff playset, if I remember correctly.
I'm not going to lie and say that my sister's Cindy might have vanished. You know, when it came to Action Man play, time. You know, he would go around in his Jeep, he'd blow some shit up, and then he'd come back and he'd want some sexy time. So, you know, Action Man was a full-fledged what would be classed as toxic male nowadays, you know?
Did you ever see the TV commercial came out, I don't know, about 10, 15 years ago? And it was like stop motion animation, and it was Barbie and Ken and G.I. Joe. And G.I. Joe steals Barbie from Ken, and he's left there pouting in the sand as toxic dude, you know, as G.I. Joe drives away in the car. And I think it was a car commercial, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was an actual car commercial. And, you know, G.I. Joe just like kicks Ken's ass and drives away with Barbie. That was beautiful.
Let's see if we can't find this advert, shall we?
Oh, yeah, you got to find that. That'd be awesome.
I have something to show that I found in a box. Like, I have a lot of these Sideshow Star Wars figures. I was collecting the 12-inch Sideshow Star Wars figures that I was buying, and they did like a special edition one that I forgot I bought.
Before you do, Robert, I've already got it.
Oh, excellent.
I've already got it, sir.
A commercial.
Oh, yeah. Let's bring it up. Let's bring up the commercial, shall we? Let's keep it tied together. Douche, Nissan, 300ZX advert. So you were right. Here we go.
Commercial.
What a great car to do it for, too.
Like it.
A little Van Halen.
I'm going to get pulled for the Van Halen now. Great.
Girl, you really got me now. You got me so I don't know what I'm doing.
This will have to get edited out the video.
You really got me now.
This is actually really well shot.
Yes.
Girl, you really got me now.
He whistles.
Oh, hello.
I want that Barbie dream house.
Enjoy the ride. I'm sure he will. I am sure he will.
Isn't that awesome?
That is
great.
awesome. I want that Barbie dream house.
The channel claim to come through any second now.
Oh, you just played a free advertisement for them.
No, you won't be the advert. It'll be the Van Halen music I'll get here.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah. Yeah, well.
That's great. You see? That's what we need more of. Not this soy shite.
That's right.
Woman, I got a big car and I got a big appetite. Let's go. Okay, I'm a coming. But Barbie, shut up. What will the club think? What will Peter think and Mater? I don't know.
What are you going to do?
We're going to see what you got, big boy. That's what we're going to
do. So this. I found her in a box. Alia, or Ayla Sakura, who is a female Jedi. This was a limited edition figure. It wasn't. They didn't do a big run of these.
Was it
And
sideshow only?
It's a sideshow 12-inch figure. It's sideshow only. She got killed. She was murdered by clones on Felucia when Order 66 was called.
Yeah.
And it was funny because this was in a random, like I've been going through my boxes, and this was in a random box full of all papers. There's just a bunch of papers in this box, and then this figure was at the bottom. And I'd never opened it before. And I just figured, I don't know where I'm going to put her yet, but I do have Kayati Mundi up there, sitting up there. So
another victim, just another victim.
I've decided that I think I'm gonna do a shelf with all of the dead Jedi that were murdered. I mean, the idea that I don't know if she's an ethnic minority. I don't know because she's blue. I don't know if she's a Twi'lek. Yeah. But I don't know because of her color, maybe, who knows? But I want to get all the murdered Jedi and do like a shelf of all the dead Jedi now that
could be huge.
Yeah, that's right behind me. That's so. But I realized I've got a whole box of unopened sideshow Star Wars toys that I've never opened, and I feel I should open them all so I can, have a bounty hunter shelf and have all the Jedi that were victims of Order 66. So here you go. That was this week. I opened this figure this week. And this figure, while it's a sideshow figure, I actually really the sand fell apart. I actually really like this figure. I think it's pretty good.
What year is that?
I want to say 10 years ago.
Yeah.
10 years ago or something. I don't know when they made her. Again, I don't know when it was released. Somebody would have to tell me. But I don't know, because they made a lot of these things, and I have a lot of them, and I don't know. I honestly don't know when this figure was released. I can't find any information on it, but I'm sure it's out there. I just haven't looked very far. But yeah, I like this figure. I think it's cool. And it was one of those things where you open a box, and you're like, I have no memory of buying this. None. And I would have, I've had to have purchased it in the mail. I would have had to have ordered it from Sideshow's site. And I went and looked. I looked up my Sideshow orders, and it's not
Can you
in it.
take the hood off? Can you take the hood off?
Okay, big boy.
Yeah.
Yes.
There you go.
There it is.
And obviously these paint ops aren't nearly what they are now because there's no detail. But it's still, there's something haunting about her.
It's very porcelain. She looks like a porcelain doll.
Yeah. I mean, action figures have come a long way since then. That's one of the things Sideshow and Sideshow, both Sideshow and Hot Toys especially, and even third-party figures, they're one color on the face no longer flies. I do like her face sculpt though, and it would be interesting. There's a lot of people that repaint figures, and you have artists that they repaint figures and make them much more lifelike and realistic. This wouldn't be a bad figure to have that done on, but I think the clothing isn't bad. There's actually a wire in the hood, so you can pose her Jedi robes, which is pretty nice.
That's cool.
If you want to put a little, so it's not a bad figure, and she was part of the Order of the Jedi line, so not a bad figure.
Oh, I like your phaser back there.
Oh yeah, these are
yeah.
Those are the master replicas versions of
nice.
So they're really heavy, and the communicator, the tricorder, and the communicator and the phaser are the Shatner edition. So they have Shatner's autograph.
Oh wow!
On the plaque there. So
yeah, I have a phaser that lights up and it makes the sounds. You can turn the thing and set it for stun or kill.
Yep.
Yeah.
No,
I did go on Star Trek recently.
The Shatner edition, so you get the Shatner sign, and I'm just like, dude, you made a fucking film with him.
Yeah, but you know what? I'll tell you something. I'll tell you a funny story about that. So I have a movie poster for the movie Free Enterprise I made, and I normally I don't. The only autographs I've ever really collected are authors' autographs, especially like novelists and things like that. And I always have whoever signs anything for me, I always have them personalize it. I never say, but I did have, like, I have a Christopher Lee. When I interviewed Christopher Lee, I had him autograph a poster for me and stuff. So when I took my poster and had William Shatner autograph it, he wrote on the poster, he wrote, "Rob, what a beginning, Bill." And I was like, now what am I can't say anything. I can't be like, do you think you could write William Shatner, on the I couldn't, because we'd be working together and it would have been he would have been like, "Rob, what why do you want me to do that? I mean, I'm Bill.
What is Rob with an autograph?"
Yeah, I mean,
I think it's cooler. I think it's cooler that it says
it's more
Bill.
personal. It's definitely more personal.
But like after I'm dead and gone, there'll be somebody going, "Well, we can't confirm or deny that William Shatner." When my next of kin's trying to sell this poster, we can't confirm or no.
But you're dead, mate. It don't matter.
But it was so funny because when he did it, and it was great that he signed it, and I it was great that he wrote, "Rob, what a beginning." That was cool, but the fanboy in me, which you can't, now you're professional, you can't be a fanboy. I mean, you can be, but you don't want to betray that.
Yeah.
And when he wrote Bill on it, I'm kind of like, I just realized if I were to try and explain that to him, he would have looked at me like I was out of my mind. And we still needed.
You could have blown the whole relationship with that.
I know.
And he never spoke to William Shatner again.
Again, no, but that is hanging in my my bedroom, along with the Christopher Lee poster that he autographed, the Dracula Prince of Darkness poster for me.
It's cool interesting that you decided to show off a Jedi, because I too had a Jedi arrive. Bittersweet, I gotta say, after the whole Gina Carano business this week. Star Wars is very bitter in the mouth, and something I'd really look forward to arriving was my deluxe loot. And it arrived yesterday, and it was in the box, and I just literally just chucked it with the other boxes behind me and said I'll just open it tomorrow, which is such a shame because I was so buoyed after the season finale to The Mandalorian.
Right.
That comes with multiple outfits and stuff too.
Oh,
right?
yeah. Comes with the Endor outfit. He comes with the Jedi robe, which come off, and then you've gone into the final. Then you can go into the Return of the Jedi final fight look with turn down. And so it's still, I've usually had them out by now and all tuckered up, and then it's so there he is in his. I need to take the plastic off, otherwise we are just gonna get Reflection City. So he's got his separate portrait with the Endor hat on, and his regular portrait, and he's wearing the Jedi robes initially because you get the whoopsie daisy, you get the robe, to go over it all, and then you've got the poncho if you want to change the portrait,
the camouflage poncho,
and then if you want to obviously get him into his final fight with Vader, then you can take off those, and as you can see underneath, he's got his full black outfit with turn down top. You can just see that the top does do its turn down there. Yeah, and it looks like it's got a magnetic little magnet there, so it can clip on or off. And I was so excited for this to arrive. I was so excited. I was like, Luke's back. Star Wars are making an effort. Disney are like, hey, we done fucked up. We need to start pulling back some of these mistakes. And then Kathleen Kennedy says, I'm going to do an advert for the Oscars and talk about strong women while I've just fired one a few days ago.
Yeah.
Because she's got different opinions.
Yeah. But Pedro Pascal can post pictures of kids in pens and labeling it America, and then compare that with a Nazi concentration camp. But that's okay.
One rule for thee and another for me.
Yeah.
That's unfortunately the way it's gone. And she's just put out this Oscar video today, Kathleen Kennedy, celebrating women. and she's reading the whole card. So she starts off by going fade in, and then
Fade in. Turn right.
yeah, this. Oh my God! You know how much direction do you need? You're in film. You've been in film for how many decades, and you're reading fade in. You still can't work out that that's the camera fade. So I put a not an acyclic comment, but I put a comment in that video. I said you're a hypocrite and you stand for nothing. And then I just put hashtag we love Gina Carano. And apparently, from what I've seen in the chat, some people have been trying to point it out to me in the chat that that just the little comment I did is got a fair bit of traction.
Wow.
1.2k likes on that, which is, by the way, the ratio on her video, her Oscar video, currently stands at 79.79 likes, 7,100 dislikes.
Wow.
And it's only come out today,
And
yesterday.
she still
sorry.
has a job.
And yeah, and my comment has already, which I put up at just before this stream started, 1.2k likes already, with 42 replies on it. With the first one being, "I like your face." Thank you. But yes,
It's a baby face.
Baby, it is a baby. Well, it is when this comes off.
It's a heels versus baby face.
It's a heels versus you look 10 years younger when you shave face. That's why I need to get this scruff back on ASAP. And I just put, hypocrite that stands for nothing. Hashtag we love Gina Carano.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought, because we're going to have to hit the super chat soon, I thought, because Robert and I have said multiple times during Hot Toys, never speculate on toys. Don't do it. If you want to buy toys to speculate on them, you're fighting a losing battle. You know,
buy real estate instead.
Yeah. You gotta buy for what you love, and you gotta buy for your collection purposes. But if you're buying to try and make a buck, it's gonna go wrong. This is the 1 week I'm gonna say speculate. Speculate, folks, because these, which I'm just about to get out for the lads and the lasses, these aren't getting made again. These are not getting made again. No further toys. Her latest toy's actually been cancelled, which was due out in a couple of months. These will never see print again. So people are already speculating massively on these, selling these off. And there is very much a finite number of these. This is the carded 6-inch of the Cara Dune, the Black Series, which is also a 6-inch, which I do have next door. I was going to dig it out, but I decided to have a nap instead. I do have the Black Series one next door. That in the UK, that's already like a base price of 150.
Yeah.
And that's on bid. So it's kind of like lowest is 150 and it's getting bid up and up and up, which is around
that dollars or pounds?
That's pounds. So it's around probably $220 already. And I picked up mine at RRP, which was I think $39.99. And then this, which is the Carbonite Kenner 3 3/4 Cara Dune. Again, if you can, and this is nice because this is thick card because the card goes up and then it reverses back on itself to give added thickness. So it's got good stability when it's up. If you want to have it that way,
you'll have to get cases for those.
Oh yeah. These are going into cases. But if you can find these in stores, not online, because that's where people are wanting the best buck. But if you can get these in stores before they go, you can flip. If you want to, you can flip, or like me, these are mine.
Yeah.
These are mine. These aren't going anywhere near an eBay. These are mine. These are mine for life. These are going into a. I've already ordered a couple of Robert. I've already ordered a couple of cases for those to go into, and the Black Series one that I have to go into, and just one more. Because these are the cheeky ones. there are actually 3 Cara Dune pop art
Wow.
figures. There's the 403. There's the and then there's a couple like in the 300s. Again, I personally am not a fan of Funko Pops myself, but they're never going to make these again.
Yeah.
They're never going to make these again, and they are going immediately out of commission. So you can still pick the 403 up pretty cheap, probably around 20 quid. And then if you want to get the 2 that are slightly lower in number, then they are just a little bit more. But if you want them because you're a fan of Gina Carano and you want her merch before it's gone in the ether, her Star Wars Cara Dune merch that's gone, then now is the time to snag before time starts to set in, and then inflation on the items will just explode.
Well, I have one thing to show that I've been wanting to open, and I haven't opened it because it's a little controversial. It's a change of pace, but it is a Hot Toy figure. This would be the Hot Toys Ant-Man and the Wasp Ant-Man. Now, this is a very controversial figure. As I said, I've never opened this figure. I haven't even
the smiley face.
Yeah, I think this is
okay.
So this figure is a great figure. So I've been told. Let's open it together, shall we?
Very sorry, Robert. Just very quickly, because somebody has said it in the chat, and they're quite right. I've also ordered the Cara Dune Scout Walker Lego figure.
Oh
which
yeah,
which you can still buy from the Lego website at RRP. Get that, because that minifig will explode in price as well.
Yeah. Wow, this is a figure that is full of. Here's what it looks like when you take it out. It is full of accessories.
Oh wow.
There's a lot in here, but
full screen. I'm already getting told off. There we go.
Hang on. Now here's the bummer. Here's the real thing. This is why this figure is so controversial. Now, with figures like Ant-Man or figures like Iron Man, you don't worry about what they look like because there's in terms of a face sculpt or anything. Because, by the way, look at this. There's a lot of stuff in here.
Oh,
there's even building. There's even the shrunk building is here. Things light up. But here's what's really controversial. Normally, Hot Toys figures are known for their face sculpts. Uh-oh. This figure, however, was not. Although looking at this, it's not as bad as I would have thought. This figure has been mercilessly made fun of online because of the Scott Lang head sculpt. Now, this obviously looks. It's not as good. I don't know how they got away with this. This is not a great Paul Rudd sculpt.
No.
And why he's smiling, I don't really know. Even the paint tops, it's almost like they gave up. They realized Hot Toys is like, let's just paint some like 3 o'clock shadow on or something. But this is not a great.
No, that is awful.
It might be the very, very worst face sculpt in all of Hot Toys history. Now, that said, I can talk about how lame the face sculpt is, but I just want you to take a look at this figure. Is an amazing.
It's beautiful.
The quality of this figure is just unbelievable.
That is absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, and the I mean, I'm sure his mask lights up because it comes with batteries. I haven't put obviously I've never opened.
Yeah, I think there's LEDs just inside the reflective.
Yeah, and this is from Ant-Man and the Wasp, but I've never owned. I never got the first Ant-Man figure, which is what I really love that figure, but I had to get this. I mean, I really like this figure, and it comes with a lot of accessories. I mean, it's so funny that it comes with the building, the shrunken building from Ant-Man and the Wasp. with the and you know even the it's hard, but the handle does pop up.
Like
comes
a
out
luggage
too.
carrier.
Yeah, and you can like a luggage carrier. It pops up.
Yes.
It's got a longer one too in there, and then yeah. So it's got again. It comes with the watch batteries. How this goes in there, I don't know how it fits back in there, but it's got 3. You know, these Hot Toys figures comes with these miniature batteries. It's got 3 of them, and it's got multiple hands. I mean, these hands are they're really great. So you got a number of open hands, but like you can see, there's a lot of detail on these gloved hands. Really great. And then it does come with more. I don't even want to take these out, but it even comes with, which is really kind of cool. It comes with, as I just dropped it, now I've got to find it on my desk where you can't see it, but a shrunken version of Ant-Man, which I just dropped.
Oh yeah, the Wasp does as well, I believe.
Yeah, and now I have to find where he went. But he's here. But he's here somewhere. Don't worry, I'll find him. But this figure is great, and I'd never opened it, and now I have. So there you go. There's Ant-Man.
Very cool.
That is a doozy. Graham, do you have anything else that you would like to show off?
Nothing that I grabbed.
Okay, then we shall go into the super chats.
Yeah.
And thank you, folks, for being patient with this, because we know how we do the system here. So thank you very much indeed for the time for us to talk and show the stuff, and for let you to drool over them, which is nice. Oh, by the way, due to the weather in America, I was going to be jumping from this podcast straight into Unsafe Space, but that will now happen on the 24th because Kerry does not have electricity.
Oh no!
So yeah, we've moved that, which is going to be today. That's why I haven't been pushing it into the 24th. And as soon as Kurt provides me the links to the podcast that we did together, I will get them to you. But I am still waiting for Kurt to send those to me in what was probably the most politically incorrect podcast I've ever done in my life, and it was beautiful. So let's go through some super chats. Mr. Tickle Trunk with a 2 Canadian super sticker of a happy smiley doggy poos, Japanese doggy poos, because we're very cosmopolitan on this channel. Martino Sulmoni with 20 Chilean frakes. Nick, this is it, Robert. This is what I have to deal with. Nicholas Meyer, Robert Meyer Burnett. By the power of deduction, Meyer means the one that tamed William Shatner. You can't tame the Shat.
Yeah, you can't tame him. Thank God for that.
Yeah, you can't tame the Shat. Have you seen his Twitter? Savage.
Yes.
Oh yeah, he's awesome.
He's awesome.
Yeah, oh, he's great.
Fighting the good fight.
I don't even know who runs the account. Whoever does, they're awesome.
Yeah.
But I think it is him. Just the way that he appears to take some of the stuff that's said so personally. It's like, no, I kind of think this actually is Bill Shatner. This is what he does to keep his mental acumen,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's sharp as a tack. I mean, the guy's a Renaissance man.
Yeah.
What is he? 89?
He's going to be 90 on March 22nd.
Yeah.
Okay, 90. And the guy, he physically he gets around great. He's got so much energy. He's sharp. I mean, my God, that's who I want to be when I grow up.
Yeah, I know. Me too.
To me, it's the voice. That's the true test, because his voice sounds like it has for the last 40 years.
Yeah.
He's not like, he's not William Shatner.
Yeah, right.
He sounds like William Shatner. I'm William Shatner and I'm going to do this.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas, God bless Patrick Stewart, but Patrick Stewart's voice is just like, I'm very, very old man. And I'm 10 years younger than Shatner. It's like, ooh.
And then there's Mark Hamill.
yeah. Mark Hamill.
Yeah.
A lot of Stiggs and a lot of Joker, I think, is the a lot of voice acting, a lot of Stiggs. That's what's got Mark's voice.
Yeah.
Or Carrie Fisher. Woo!
Oh,
That
poor
voice.
thing.
Drugs.
Yeah.
Gotta get there. Necronomicon Ex Mortis with a £5 super chat. As I remember you saying that you'd like to do action figure photography, then you should check out Plastic Action Jacks. There's vids showing how it's done too. Oh, nice one. Great stuff. Thank you. And then they follow up again, Necronomicon Ex Mortis with another £5 super chat. You should check out Danny Hyun on YouTube for some 1 in 6 animatronic conversions. Sorry, not conversations, conversions. Ooh, because the Ant-Man that you just showed us, that's the Ant-Man V2. And that's got the red stripes on the helmet, which I don't believe the V1 has. Robert.
I'm not, I don't know. I don't think it does. No. No.
But I think the V2 looks lovely.
Yeah.
Because they just get better. The builds just get better and better.
Yeah, I mean, I think so. You know, it's been interesting to watch the evolution. Like, I'm only the kind of guy that wants to buy one. Like, I don't want all the versions of figures.
Yeah.
And I, like, for instance, Ant-Man, I loved the very first Ant-Man. I think they did that version. They did a version for Civil War, did they?
Mm-hmm.
And then this one or was it Infinity War that they did one? I don't know. But Ant-Man and the Wasp is the latest. And
yeah,
you know, I actually have I'm paying off the Wasp. Like, I don't think a lot of people moved on the Wasp.
I'm thinking of pulling the trigger on that because I think it looks pretty beautiful. And she is a woman.
Yes. And well, to me, you can't. She was at the end of Endgame, but you can't have an Avengers display without Wasp.
Well, I was talking I did the Real BBC with Gary yesterday, and I said, because I never, there's a lot of the films that I didn't watch, because about Civil War time, I got fatigue. And so I just got superhero fatigue, and I just wanted to watch the major Avenger movies. You know, or because Iron Man stopped doing Iron Man. So I was just watching Captain America and Avengers. So there was a lot that I didn't see. I didn't see Ant-Man. I didn't see Ant-Man and the Wasp. I didn't see Black Panther. I didn't see Captain
Doctor Strange.
Still haven't. I didn't see at the time. So in recent times, I've now started to watch them all. So I've seen Doctor Strange a couple of times. Thought it's okay. Thought it's fine. I watched the first Ant-Man movie. It's kind of gone from my head. I don't really remember any of it. But the other day I watched Ant-Man and the Wasp, and I actually thought it was a lot of fun. They're
both fun. Those movies are both fun. And I thought what the Marvel Cinematic Universe, I mean, their origin movies get a little kind of the same because they're telling an origin story. But what I liked about the Ant-Man film was if you had removed the Ant-Man film from the Marvel Cinematic Universe and just told that same story about a father getting out of prison and wanting to come back with his daughter and finding this strange tech, that movie would have worked without being a part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
because it was like a heist movie. You know, it was like a breezy. You could have seen it. It could have been like a PG rated Touchstone movie from the 80s, like Splash was. You know, that Disney would have made, or you could have made it a little bit. It would a movie like Chris Columbus would have made. Instead of Gremlins, he would have made the Ant-Man movie. You know, and something like that. And I thought that the second one, a lot of people don't talk about that movie much, but that movie's wildly entertaining.
There's stuff that stands alone, and it could stand alone. I'm glad it does fit in though, because I thought he worked brilliantly in Endgame. I thought that worked excellently.
It was great.
He worked great in Civil War for the little kind of cameo for the fight appearance that it did. It worked very well indeed.
And also, they really using Avengers history, like when he turned into Giant Man. And there's a lot. They haven't really tied in Hank Pym or Scott Lang into the Avengers mythos the way longtime Avengers readers might want it to be. Sure. But it's still pretty great. I mean, I still am. I love that they're making an Ant-Man 3 because the Ant-Man series has kind of been an outlier. People don't talk about it as much, but I think it's always delivered the entertain. Ant-Man and the Wasp is not Iron Man 2, or is
No.
not Thor: The Dark World.
I would like to see, though, Ant-Man 3 to be on parity, because I do think there was it was the Wasp and Ant-Man. It wasn't Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Right.
So I would like to see, now that they've, given Van Dyne her own origin, her own time to shine, I'd like the third film to just be the pair of them doing the do,
Yeah.
Pull back on the Michael and pull back on the Michelle, and then just have those two going on a great little heist romp type of film. I think that could just be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, though, I watched Black Panther. I was bored out of my fucking mind.
Some of the worst CGI battles ever.
It was.
The CGI at the end is really inexplicably not great.
Yeah.
I was like, because I heard, it's got such great villain in it, in Killjoy, Killzone, whatever, Killmonger, and stuff like that. And so I kind of went in, now that it was completely separate from all the hype and all the politicalization, whatever, around it all. So I thought I can just watch this with nice objective eyes, and I watched it and I was just like, wow, this was really disappointing. This was like flat. I didn't find the humor particularly worked. I didn't find the story particularly interesting. The CGI, as you said, holy shit, that gets ropey as hell. And the fight on the train bit at the end is like,
yeah, I mean, it goes too far into one of the things that I think the Marvel Cinematic Universe does well is they do anchor these fight scenes, especially when the characters' faces are revealed. But once both Killmonger and Black Panther are wearing masks, they can get away with, or they thought they could get away with, going full CG. And I'm thinking, when you have actors like Chad Boseman and Michael B. Jordan, who are great actors, if they're gonna fight with let's see their faces.
Yeah, because
you want to see them emote and really get in there. I mean, I think this went too far.
Personal fight. This was meant to be a personal battle between the two, and it should have been personal. And to be honest with you, the end fight is the fight that they should have had the no powers with.
Right.
That's what the final fight should have been. They should have had the powers fight halfway through, and then the end fight was, no, we're going to do this. You want to take over the kingdom? All right, let's fucking do this then. I'll get rid of mine. You'll get rid of yours. Let's do this. And that's what should have been the real personal fight.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, Shuri, fucking hell. That is one of the most annoying characters I've ever seen created in TV. Jesus Christ.
It's a great action figure, though. I have a great Hot Toys figure of Shuri, and she sits on the throne of Wakanda.
This wouldn't put me off getting the Hot Toys, don't you worry. But
great accessories
from a going forward point, you think, well, Black Panther 2, they're going to go ahead with it. God, R.I.P. Chadwick Boseman. Because I loved Black Panther in Civil War.
Oh yeah,
I thought he was very matter of fact, and I love the fact that he wasn't fucking interested in your quirks and your, like, when Scott was like, "Hi, I'm Scott Lang," he's like, "I don't care what you're called, I don't care who you are," it's just like, or it's Hawkeye who did it, and it was just like, that's great. That's what I want to hear from Black Panther. I want business. And then when he's like, he goes all the way through, and it has to take ScarJo to take him down to give Captain America the opportunity to get away. That was what I wanted. So that was kind of what I expected going into the film.
Yeah.
No, it was just like, I'm going to be led around by two women.
Whoa.
I'm going to be chaperoned for the whole movie with two women. It's just like, what's going on? And then
although I did like
make it 3.
I did like Okoye. I still want that Dora Milaje figure. I want Okoye. Why didn't they make an Okoye Hot Toy figure? Because those costumes were dope. I love those costumes.
But again, you go to Infinity War, and then you go to Infinity War, and when the Wakandans come out for battle, all of them, Okoye comes out, and Chadwick Boseman comes out, and he screams, Wakanda forever. Like it's the last. This could be the last time we ever say this.
Oh,
and it's just like that's fucking what they know. Come on.
Yeah.
So it's
And
just
their
like,
war chant that
yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's
it's
really
just like,
cool.
oh, I'm get, yeah, my heart's getting, come on.
Yeah.
It's
And
like
they
we're
all-
ready to roll, yeah.
and Black Panther and Steve Rogers run out in front of the pack.
Just sprinting ahead.
Yeah. Yeah, that was
Spearheading
cool.
like true generals should.
Yes, yes, that's right.
Like true leaders should, not these fucking pussies. No. You know. Yeah, so that was like great. So it's like, how did they fuck up the film so bad? And even the Martin I just want to say Clunes, it's not Clunes. Martin Thingamajiggy. Freeman. Is it Freeman?
Morgan Freeman?
Morgan Freeman.
No, it's Martin Freeman, Bilbo Baggins.
Yeah, Bilbo Baggins. Number one, never do an American accent, please. Just don't do it. We know you're British. It's like Doctor Strange. I wish Doctor Strange didn't do an American accent. And he was just Stephen
Half
Strange.
of our superheroes are British. I mean, Superman is British.
Spider-Man, Superman.
Cumberbatch is British.
Cumberbunch.
Thor's Australian.
But yeah, even him, I was just like, no, Martin, no. I know you want a token white guy, otherwise this looks real bad. But no. Don't do it. I would just go for that.
No, you gotta say between Andy Serkis and Martin Freeman, it's a Tolkien white guy. Tolkien white guys.
I saw what you did there.
That's a beauty. But that's just it. Andy Serkis, though, he was great.
Yeah,
he was great. Right, Graham's got to jump, and we've still got super chats to do. So we're gonna say goodbye to Graham. But before we do, sir, we can't do it. You've shown some beautiful toys, so we can't do it without giving you a final plug.
So I paid my way. Is that what you're saying?
You have paid your dues. So
all right.
So in the comment section down below, in the description box, I should say, there is the link to this Indiegogo. This is Graham's second major campaign that he's put out to be crowdfunded. His first one, the Chinu, was brilliant. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I got it recently. It was great. It was spooky. These books are linked. So this kind of universe is linked. So if anything, the first one's anything to go by, Alien Alamo is going to be a doozy, folks. And I legitimately mean that. And I know I've got massive man boner for Graham, but it truly is, because I read that. There's been a few recently I've read and I've been like, but I got the Chinu and I was like, damn, that's good. And he's got some lovely little perks as well. Nice little keychain with your Alien Alamo bullet. I like that.
Yeah, I gotta get.
Or you could get some old school comics that Graham has worked on, signed. Oh God, he's gonna cost me a fucking fortune, this man. You got some brilliant ones if you just want to get the book as well. You want to get the alternate covers, or if you do have a little bit of cheddar and you want to spend it on Graham, he will even do head sketches for you as well.
Yeah,
which is what I've got.
There's some original art up there, and I don't sell my original art, so I only put them up, put pieces up sometimes.
Oh hell yeah! There we go. Oh yeah.
So, and there's the original art for the mini poster or the mini print. So that's the art there. But yeah.
So it's a father and son connecting, and aliens just they want to put a bit of.
I love the design for Tobias. That's a great character.
I told you this is my spirit animal. I can just see it. This is my spirit animal already.
He's based on Sam Elliott, and the father figure's based on John Krasinski.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, I wanted somebody with a world-weary look on his face.
Yeah.
Now, there's a dog in the first one, Graham. There's a dog in this one.
Yes, Cruiser.
I need that doggy better fucking make it.
Everybody loves dogs.
Everyone loves it. Well, apart from Cruella. who Disney thought would be a great idea.
True,
Let's do
but
an
not
origin
what we
story for
know how
Cruella.
Disney is.
Yeah, Disney love to sympathize with villains, don't they? This is great. Let's do an origin story about how sympathetic this horrible fucking bitch is. But this is great. Do you know something that kind of reminds me? That's got a lot of there's a lot of characters I see in that. To be honest with you, so you can pick one. You can pick one. It's great. It's great. So please go support Graham. Description box down below. The link to the Indiegogo. And thank you so much indeed for coming on, sir. It's been an absolute privilege to
always a pleasure, Az. Have a great time. Robert, it was so nice meeting you too.
Nice to meet you. And again, I'm going to go read more Hawk World.
Okay.
Go look at some of your early 80s or your early 90s goodness.
Fair enough.
It was always goodness with Graham to me.
Well, thanks again, guys. I hope everybody has a great day, and we'll catch you next time.
Absolutely. That was fun.
Send me the subway. Okay, bye. Okay. Take care.
See you, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Oh, I love Graham. That's they say never meet your heroes. Graham has been that one person you meet and you're just like, God damn, he's awesome.
He's such a nice guy.
Yeah, he's just like just so nice, so friendly, so personable. And yeah, just a massive part of when I collected comics as a kid.
Oh yeah.
So to have that, amazing. Let's get back into the super chats. After that's some pretty dirty Marvel talk, and I loved it. I loved it.
Yeah, I was going to show one more thing, but keep going.
Go.
It'll take me a minute. So do some super chats. I'm here.
Okay, you just prod me when you're ready, sir. Plumber's butt crack with a fat Canadian. Hail, Sir Az and Sir Robert, Meyer, Burnett, and Mr. Nolan. You corrupted me, and I'm going to get the original Galactica on Eagle Moss.
Oh, that's a really nice. Those are nice. The Eagle Moss, the large scale, the Galactica pieces are really good. Really good.
Can't wait for that to be redone.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. Well.
Sorry, I just died. I died on the inside, and I had to call upon the Muju of Ukmaknoch to revitalize me back to life. Oh God, it's going to be a disaster.
I hope not.
Canal licks all the man milk.
Wow.
£5 super chat. I know you break statues. I do.
Wow.
But I've just bought from Zavi a 1/6 scale Wonder Woman versus Darkseid statue.
Oh, that's
it's
cool.
Still on Zavi if you want to check it out. I've got nowhere for these to go.
I got nowhere it is to go.
I was talking to Gary yesterday, Rob, and I was just saying, I just broke the side of the crossbow yesterday trying to get something out of a box, and I barely touched it, and because these are so fragile. It went off. Yes, I can repair it, but it's still a massive ball ache, and yeah, it's still going to have some damage. And I was just like, and I've got Siri downstairs in a box. I've got fucking Robin downstairs in a box. I said, I've got Robert giving me shit because he wants Mark from Battle of the Planets. And I said, I've got no. I bring him up here. I fear for his life. I fear for his life right now with everything that's going on. There's just like, I don't know. I don't know whether to just flip the Siri. Do I keep the Siri? Do I flip the Siri? Does Mark, do I just put him downstairs on a stand and then take some pictures and say, Robert, you're going to fucking deal with some pictures instead? I was like, I just don't know what to do because I got no room for fucking statues.
Well, maybe you have to relocate. Maybe you relocate your whole studio into a larger room.
Yeah.
You've taken your first step into a larger room.
You're taking the first step into a whole larger universe.
So what I was going to show is, since I showed a female Jedi, I thought I would show something else. One of Justin's favorite figures of the year. Certainly one of mine.
Nebula.
Nebula. Hot Toys Nebula.
I'm thinking of pulling the trigger on this. So, but right, I'll tell you the thing that is holding me back from this figure before you even open it. They don't have the gold plate.
Yeah, everybody's. What is about?
It's important because that is her Infinity War Endgame look, and they don't put the gold plate in it. It could have just been a magnetized piece.
I know, but you know what? This figure, it's still really, really, really good. This is a really good, I mean, I would never suggest doing this to an Irish redhead, but in the case of Karen Gillan in this role, Scottish, pardon me. That's why I said
Celtic.
Scottish.
You should have said. You should have
Celtic. Yeah,
you've been okay with Celtic. We could
but this is a great. I mean, the costume on this figure, the tailoring on this figure. I mean, it is.
The outfit is brilliant.
The outfit it's just gorgeous. And again, the head sculpt really looks like her, and it comes with a number of different accessories. It's got multiple weapons, and these weapons. I mean, if you look at the Hot Toys weapons, they're so detailed. I mean, there's even like scorching,
and then they always put weathering on them as well, and
and then of course her these blade. Let me get these out of here. These weapons that her staffs, whatever these bow staff, whatever these are, that she fights with. These are
electrode, kind of like cattle prods,
and they come with electricity, so you can put the electricity coming. I love that. I love that. Like you have your
Thor.
Your Infinity War Thor has
and Flash as well. Flash
I love all that. I think there's something cool about that. I don't know who came up with that idea, but I do like it very much. So, and then she's got multiple different hands and stuff, but it's a pretty straightforward figure. But again, the head sculpt is absolutely beautiful. The outfit is insane. I mean, it is. Has it got split boot at all? It does not. The boots are not split, so you cannot move the ankles.
But the boots are so well done.
Yeah, they're really, really well done. So, yeah, but this even the detail on the arm.
Oh yeah,
the sculpting and the molding. It's really great, and she comes with 5 different hands, and it's great. It's a great figure.
Did it come with like a destroyed arm when she put it into the
No,
she does, to get the Infinity Stone out.
She does not. And you know what? This is an Endgame figure, so she should come with it.
Yeah, that's. I don't want to criticize such a beautiful looking figure. However, they missed a couple of, I think, very important accessories for the character. And the character had a great little arc in Endgame as well, because she was playing herself twice.
Yes, and I look
future self. So
I'm just glad that they made her at all, because
true.
The female figures, because obviously the reality of the situation is a lot of male collectors don't buy female figures, so they don't make a lot of them. So to get this figure, and she's pivotal in both Guardians and Endgame. I mean, she was a very pivotal figure in Endgame. So
great character with a great story arc. When you pick her up from the first Guardians of the Galaxy film to where she is at the end of Endgame,
right?
It's a great arc, and it's going to be interesting to see what they do with Gamora going forward. Bearing in mind that this is past Gamora, now in the future.
Right. I mean, our Gamora is dead.
Our Gamora is dead. So it'll be interesting to see where that goes. Yeah, but I love Infinity War and Endgame. I do. I really do.
Because they're amazing. I mean, together as talk about a piece of pop culture entertainment, those movies together are an amazing. They're an amazing feat of fantasy filmmaking. I mean, I dare say that they rival. I mean, maybe they're close to Lord of the Rings in terms of those two movies, in terms of their level of satisfaction.
I probably seen Infinity War. I mean, some people would be like, "Oh, I've seen it," but you know, I'm a middle-aged man, and I think I've seen Infinity War 6 or 7 times now.
Oh yeah, dude.
Endgame the same, and I love just watching them back still.
They're so much fun to watch.
Yeah,
those movies are so, especially if you're a lifelong comic book fan, you know, to watch all of these characters interact. And, you know, they do scenes like, I love when Hulk and Ant-Man and Scott Lang meet and the whole taco thing, you know, here, have another taco.
Yeah,
you know, just there's so many. There's so many great moments in all of those movies that they, you know, I know it's funny to me. A lot of people didn't like what they did with Thor because they don't like, you know, they don't want Thor to be fat Thor,
sure.
and also the Hulk, they don't want him to be like Professor Hulk.
Yeah.
But I think that adds to the entertainment value because you get to see these characters differently than you want. It gives you something new. And when Scott Lang comes out of the quantum realm, you know, and walks home and goes to his daughter's house. And I mean, those are great moments in these movies that they didn't have to put in there, but they really make the film. They really, I think
the bit where he meets his daughter, grown, you know, 5 years older.
Yeah.
Oh, that's just like,
it's it's great.
Like, oh my God, you know. But yeah, it's just really well done. And to make, like I said earlier, you know, to make Scott such an interesting character for Endgame,
yeah,
was you know, which was a very clever thing to do.
Yep.
But yeah, look, you know, they could have, after Infinity War, they could have said, right, we need more of the same. They're gonna go hunt Thanos across the galaxy for 2.5 hours. That's going to culminate in a big fight on Thanos' planet where they steal the Infinity Gauntlet back and click the fingers and return everything back to normal. No, they right at the start of the second film, they're like, no, we're going to completely shake up the status quo. Thanos has destroyed the stones. You can't change it 5 years later. And you're just like, whoa.
Yep.
Whoa, where are they going with this one? And one thing that a lot of people don't pick up on, this is everyone's just like, hey, well, no, Downey's just like, he's not doing anything anymore. He's just like with his family and his daughter, and he's just like given up and did in Infinity War, he was on the Mark 50. In Endgame, he was on Mark 85. In those 5 years, he went through 35 different alterations of the suit to get to where he was. He might not have been showing it, but he was always there. It was always a part of him.
Yeah.
Always a part of him. And people just don't seem to pick that one up. Sorry. Oh, God, I could talk about this all fucking day, mate. But yeah, it's a lovely looking film. I'd like Gamora, I'd like Nebula, Star-Lord, Rocket, but then I got to try and really find Groot, and then I've got to really try and find a Drax. I'd love to have the Guardians together as well.
Yeah, I need that Drax.
Mantis,
you know,
third party Mantis, probably by the looks of it.
Yep.
According to Justin. Anywho, David Hart with a $5 super chat. Because of all this stuff, I cancelled my Cap Endgame HAWT toy. Screw Disney. I'm done. Love it so much. I mean, what said yesterday is I'm trying to separate church from state. So I'm trying to separate Lucasfilm and Star Wars from Disney Marvel. Disney Marvel haven't done what this is the crazy thing, Robert. Marvel Studios haven't done what Lucasfilm has done. They haven't come, you know, when Age of Ultron came out, kind of got a little bit of a lukewarm reception comparative to what had come out before it. Winter Soldier, Avengers films, amazing films. Two.
Plus, I think Age of Ultron has only gotten better over the years.
I do. But when it came out, and that's really a testament to the high quality of the product which has come out before. But you now look at Age of Ultron as a piece of the puzzle, and it gets so much better.
Yeah.
So it's like, look, just have a little bit of trust. But did they come out and start calling fans this out? And they no, didn't.
They
Just
rehired James Gunn.
Yeah. Well, they got the Russo brothers in as well. They got the Russo brothers in to take over the reins of the Avengers films. But they had a plan, and the plan was all, this was all part of their big plan. And when you listen to Feige talking about it, this isn't something that was made up on a whim. This was stuff which was discussed back before the first Iron Man was even made, about where the ultimate vision of where this was going to go. But Lucasfilm, holy shit, it's like it's run by preteens that have no idea how to communicate. And
if I could just say, if there's one hot toy you don't want to sleep on, it's that Captain America. And by anyone's account, watch any review of that. I understand where our viewers coming from, but if you collect Hot Toys figures, that Captain America is aces.
Yeah. I mean, I've got mine on pre-order. I've had it on pre-order for a long
time because it's been pushed back and pushed back and pushed back.
March. We here? March now.
Yeah, it got pushed back again.
But when it comes, I'm going to be so happy with that figure. So I can. Don't get me wrong. I fully understand the blanket Disney stuff. I do, because Disney are fucking wankers. But I gotta take all the good work that Feige's done. I got to take all the work that they've done. I've got to take all the way that the cast have tread, the viewing public, and they've done nothing but go out and promote the product with a huge smile and massive interaction, and very magnanimous, and provide us with so much entertainment. So I'm separating the church from state. Mark, see, it's so fucking good to see you, dude. I'll talk about that in a minute. Beautiful to see you, Mark.
Good to see you, Mark. I haven't seen Mark in a while.
Mark's not been so well.
Oh,
so it's just beautiful to see Mark in the chat. So yeah, I'm trying to separate the two, and unless the Disney Marvel side, and really it's the Marvel Studio side, to be honest with you, by the looks of it, because Feige seems to have had so much control over the system. Unless they do in Phase 4, they do go complete MCU and start fucking lecturing and get with the program, boys. If fine, then I'll back away then, but not until they do something. Disney Star Wars have done something repeatedly, and they've just used up all the goodwill with me personally. But I'm really hoping not, because I've loved these characters for the last 10, 11 years. I've loved them.
Yeah, me too. I don't think they're going to change. I mean, they have a winning formula. And I think what's really interesting is, like, you talk about the relationship between Gamora and Nebula across here's a female story, two sisters.
Yeah.
And wasn't Gilmore fucking Girls, even though that was, a good show. The idea that they would incorporate that kind of character development between Gamora and Nebula and play it out across not just Guardians of the Galaxy 2, but into Infinity War and Endgame, that's real storytelling. That isn't somebody saying, oh, this is the power of women. No, women are an integral part of every story, and female characters, when they're incorporated, just like any characters, it doesn't matter what color you are, it doesn't matter what your background is, it doesn't matter what your gender is. If you are a great character that's well-defined inside a great story, well, we'll accept that. And that was, I thought, really interesting from the end. What people slag off on Guardians of the Galaxy 2 a lot. I really like Guardians of the Galaxy 2
film,
because it's also dealing with families and dysfunctional families. And I think the relationship between Gamora and Nebula and how they played it out through the rest of all the way through the end of Endgame, really interesting and earned. They didn't even have to.
Yeah, because the instead of going for that sickly saccharine ending, Nebula had to kill herself.
Yeah,
two Nebulas. She had to kill her younger self because of the person that she had grown into, while it was the Gamora who was the younger Gamora was turning. So you had the dynamic completely reversed. Because where it was before is you had the Gamora, which had broken away from Thanos, which was trying to bring her sister into the light, and her sister was so desperate to please Thanos, literally such a destructive relationship. But it was flipped on its head, and now you had the Gamora from the past with the Nebula from the future, and the Gamora going to the Nebula of the future saying, "How have you got here from there?"
And now the Gamora we're left with is the pre-Guardians of the Galaxy Gamora that doesn't know any of those people and didn't have any of those experiences. And how interesting that she's which again creates another interesting story dynamic.
Yeah, because it throws a spanner into the hey, we're just going to get together in the third movie properly, because who knows where it's going to go. And I like that, and the fact that at the end she walks away. She walks away from them because she's like, these aren't my people.
Nope.
And that's so what, but that is good storytelling, and that is interesting storytelling, and that is using two women to tell an interesting story about family and abuse and reconciliation and themes which everybody can relate to.
Yeah.
As opposed to, give me the gauntlet, girls get things done. And that's when stuff is pandering and it's superficial and you're treating women like idiots.
Although I will say in Endgame, that quick sequence, I liked it. I mean, you can, but it wasn't, they're in a way, they're winking at you as well as doing it. And I thought it was cool. I liked it. It's not like it went on. It was just a bit. Everybody got little bits, that battle.
But I just found the strength of these the strength of these films, particularly with, the beautiful Scarlett Johansson, is women have never had to prove themselves.
No.
Because they are already part of the team.
Yes.
They have already proven themselves.
But it was just cool because it was the first time we saw all of those disparate characters together in one place.
But why do we have to segregate?
Well, but just for that moment. I mean, it was just kind of like, I thought it was kind of fun. Like, I'm like, okay. But look, it was just a moment. It wasn't like it was a whole movie.
I know, but it's intent, and I felt it was an unnecessary thing to do.
See, I also like the moment where Pepper Potts and Tony Stark were back to back fighting in their armor together too.
Yeah, but right now that's different, because what I was going to say next was I would be cool if the moment was we're going to go from the Guardians of the Galaxy, passing it through to the Iron Team,
right?
Which is passing it through to the Black Panther team.
Yeah.
That then going to Team America, Shield, Hawkeye, Captain America. Scarlett Johansson, that I would be like, that's cool.
No, I mean, that
homage and respect to each of the individual films and characters that have come up through the years. This one just felt that would have been somebody put that to me would have felt earned. It would have felt like it was more organic. Whereas this one felt very artificial, very superficial, and again, it was a pandering which just to me just was unnecessary.
Yeah, I could see that. I just saw it as part of the larger vignettes. I mean, and to me it was also humorous. There's an element of humor to seeing all those the women characters together, where I was like, oh, okay, they get that.
No, I laughed when Captain Marvel got punched in the fucking face by Thanos. But that's to me that's a little bit of a problem going forward. Is Brie Larson is not making herself personable or likable,
right?
And that's a problem to me. She's playing the intersectional game, and it's not gonna. You're not gonna win. You're not gonna win. You can get all the pats on the back from the people where you are.
Well, it also it takes away from the work that's being done. It's like you're now placing yourself. Like actors who are playing characters, it's the characters that we love. It's the characters that they're playing. And now what's really interesting is the way an actor is in real life. Like, I guess it's always been this way, but I like actors that that allow the characters to speak for themselves, you know, and I think that I don't mind if actors have a platform and are passionate about something. You know, like there are actors like Leonardo DiCaprio is passionate about environmental causes. He's put his money where his mouth is. This is not something that he's doing because he really believes in it. He's been doing it for decades, actually. But now it seems like when people are jumping on a bandwagon for fashion's sake, that bothers me.
But I've been watching, you know, we're in lockdown here in the UK. I spoke recently. I've struggled recently, you know, because it's been nearly a year of lockdown.
Yeah.
And I've been trying to find things to make me smile, to make me happy as well. And recently, one of the things which I've been watching to lift my spirits is I have been watching panels of the Avengers cast throughout different films.
Like at conventions or speaking, like press junkets.
Just press junkets or big panels or, you know, whatever. And I've been watching these, and it hasn't mattered what race, color, gender that any of the actors have been. They have just been so entertaining and so funny and interesting. And trying very hard to make people interested in going to watch the film, even though they can't talk about it half the time, even though they can't give anything away half the time. And they just do it in such a fun way that if you watch that, you can't help but laugh. You know, God, I want to say Anthony Mackie.
Anthony Mackie, yeah, Falcon.
Yeah. Gee, stitches.
Yeah.
Absolute stitches, that boy. He had me doubled up, just the way that he can just roast the crap out of people, the way that he has unbelievable banter. You can tell how much these characters truly like each other in real life. And then you get fucking Brie Larson come into it, and it's just like everything just goes cold.
Well, it's interesting. I was watching even a stream with Kevin Smith was hosting. It was at the Ace Comic-Con 2 years ago in Seattle, I think. And he was having a conversation with Elizabeth Olsen and Paul Bettany. And this was way before WandaVision. And watching the two of them, it was a really interesting conversation. I was just doing this morning. And it's very interesting because I think all of the actors, part of the reason that the Marvel Cinematic Universe is extraordinarily well cast. I mean, they put these characters together, and watching them gel. And when Brie Larson was promoting, she was clearly not on the same page in terms of the ribbing of one another and enjoy, you know, the how they're all cut ups and they all get it. I mean, and she was not having any of it. And you watch this and you're like, come on, you want to reach the screen and go, Brie, everyone's having a good time here, babe.
Yeah.
You know. And it was interesting to watch that dynamic because, look, you're in a superhero movie. You know, you're in a Marvel. You've got an alien cat in your movie, and you've got Talos, and you should be having the best time of your life in this film. And it's just interesting to see. And a lot of actors do take themselves very, very seriously. But to look at a guy like Chris Hemsworth, who's one of the most handsome dudes in the world, who's married to this incredibly beautiful wife, who's wealthy and likes being a dad and loves being Thor. I mean, that guy's having. I saw a clip of they were doing some kind of a weather report in Australia, and there's just this woman, you know, just doing it was a live feed, and suddenly I don't know if it was planned. It didn't look planned to me, but Chris Hemsworth like walks in from out of the frame and like starts talking to the news reporter and grabs the microphone. Only in Australia, you know, they have. Do you have tall poppy syndrome in the UK?
Tall poppy syndrome.
Like if you're a tall poppy, you have tall poppy syndrome. You need to get cut down a little bit. You know, poppy syndrome. There's something I heard, and I'm like, I didn't meet many people in Australia that had tall poppy syndrome that were with their heads up high. And Chris Hemsworth seems to be a guy that knows that. I mean, he grew up with three brothers, and you look at them.
He's very grounded. This Hemsworth.
Yeah, but all of them do, like Chris Evans, and I can understand why you watch those because especially when they put different actors together.
Oh,
the
yeah,
different
yeah.
dynamic. You get Paul Rudd in there.
Oh.
You know, it's just
Having Paul Rudd and having him with Jesus Christ. It's come to that time when my brain dies. Hawkeye, Jeremy Renner.
Renner.
When you have those two together, because they were just like boosh.
Yeah.
When it came, but you got Anthony Mack, and then you got Winter Soldier with him, Sebastian Stan, and then I don't know what the
Sebastian Stan is. Have you ever seen Sebastian Stan on? It's on one late night talk show with Sharon Stone.
No.
And he's like, she's like, you're really cute. And you can see he's like, let's go out. It's hilarious. It's hilarious.
Let's do it. But yeah, you get him and Anthony Mack together, and they're great. And then there was the Chieftain guy. I don't know what the Chieftain guy was called from Black Panther, because I only saw it the one time, and he wasn't particularly memorable. But the one who lost the first fight for Chief, and he joins them at the end for the fight.
Oh, M'Baku, the actor.
Okay, he was with them as well, and fuck the chemistry that those guys have together.
Yeah, he's hilarious too.
It was just like, but yeah, and the different panels. You put Downey into anything, you put Downey into Tom Holland, such a hoot.
Yeah,
it's
Winston Duke.
Funny.
Winston Duke plays M'Baku. And he's Tom Holland. Winston Duke's hilarious if you see him in anything, and in like on a show or something. He is hilarious.
But why would you lie about your stunt people? Why would you lie? It's just like, why would you do that? Then you have to come out with both of them at some show, and just and the what was really awkward when she did that, if these are my two amazing stunt women, is whether okay, now where's the apology to them?
Well, that video when they're talking about, she's with Chris Hemsworth when she's talking about stunt people,
and
Chris Hemsworth was like, wait, what?
Yeah,
what do you say?
Yeah, he's like, because even he was just like, no, I when it looks rough, we pass it on. It gets passed on. But every time they talk about like somebody's beautiful eyes, regardless of who the actor they're talking to, they go, "Oh, Hemsworth."
Yeah.
They go, they'll go to Scarlett Johansson. They go, "Scarlett, you're an incredibly beautiful person." She'll go, "Oh, you haven't met Chris Hemsworth." It's just like all this like incredible banter, and it's just had me in absolute stitches, and it just puts you in such a good mood. And this is what I've enjoyed, and this is what they brought me for 10 years, and I want that to continue.
Yeah, me too.
I don't want some snob for some reason that wants to look down at her audience. I don't know. But what I really want to know is, where is my Scarlet Witch Infinity War Endgame hot toy?
I don't know. I mean, I don't understand. I hope we get that, because she was wearing that costume in WandaVision too. And I want that with the longer coat.
Yeah.
I want that figure. I want that figure with the straight hair. I mean, bring it on.
I want Elizabeth Olsen, but that doesn't matter. And happy birthday. I think it was yesterday was her birthday. 32. Prime. Shotgun Gaming with a 14 Danish crown phallic unicorn. Mexican Iron Man with a $15 super chat. Oh my God. Two of my favorite hosts with my favorite artist. Yippee.
Oh, that's good
December,
to hear.
I know. Yeah. There's a lot of love for Graham. Last December, I got the VIP level Chenu collection to add to my Monster Island. Nice. And just ordered my Alamo set. Just now ordered my Alamo set. Thank you, dude, for supporting Graham. He's such a lovely guy. So, Shane O'Reilly with a €5 super chat. Between last night's stream and this one is getting nothing but fermented fish and root beer in his PO box. Oh, I don't want to talk about it, Robert. I don't want to talk about it. Shane O'Reilly with a €1 Fiddy phallic unicorn, and Gary Walker with a £1 Fiddy phallic. How? Silkex666 with a £2 super chat. As root beer tastes a bit like, oh, I ain't gonna go there. Like Jermaine smells. Oh. Mark Arsenault with a 5 Canadian recently bought a 1 in 2,000 space battleship Yamato.
Ooh,
Nice.
I approve of that. I approve of that.
Yeah. Love the positivity you bring to collecting. This is the positive stream. This is the one. We've had an interesting talk about Endgame and the Marvel universe and such today, but I think it's been a good discussion. I think it's been a very interesting discussion, and it's really been based off the positivity of the cast.
Yes.
So, which is great. Which is why I wanted to not shirk away and address that person in the chat that was trying to derail the giveaway. Because if I had a friend that wanted a hot toy, I just would have got them all.
Here you are.
So, I know it's just such a weird thing. I know the chat were kind of being cool. They're just like, look, you know, it don't matter what you do, people are just like this, and I get that, but it's. There's just the part of you inside you go, I just wanted to do something good.
Right.
You know, we talked about when I announced it, and then after the show, you were just like, God, that's such a nice thing. That's such a good idea. And, you know, and it's just like, yeah, you know, it's because, you know, we show a lot of things off and they're really nice. And, you know, people are here and they're enjoying it and whatnot.
Yeah.
But it'd be so cool just to give something back to somebody.
And it was cool.
And it was cool. And Michael is thrilled with this piece. Michael, who I've never met before, is thrilled with this piece. And it's just a wonderful coincidence.
Mm-hmm.
If he was in America, though, I would have saved on international. Never mind. So I'm just saying, if I'm going to do a scam, it's going to be Robert wins the next one.
Oh, please.
Yeah, well, yeah, I don't think he'd be too probably. Oh, it's just a coincidence. Boag with a 20 Mexican dollar super chat. You promised to show off toy waifus. I don't think there was any promise. However, I did see somebody in the chat say, can you show off Figma stuff? I've got Figma stuff.
I don't have Figma stuff.
I have Figma stuff. I will dig out the Figma stuff for you for next time. How's about that? I love the Figma stuff. And I've got Figma Sword Art Online Figma stuff. Because I love that. But I'm sure we'll do a waifu theme at some point. I think, didn't we actually show off a couple of waifus last time?
So I think so.
I think we actually did a couple of waifus in the last episode, on Robert's channel. Mr. Tickle Trunk with the 5 Canadian. Anyone hear about Dota Dragon Blood on Netflix? It's kind of a big deal. Hey, Robert, I'm so glad that you mentioned that. I retweeted the trailer that you put out.
Yeah, that was just an announcement. The trailer actually drops. The real trailer drops Friday.
Oh, there was a trailer. There was a decent trailer with it, I thought.
Yeah, that was just like a scene. So
it was great.
The trailer's epic. The trailer's truly epic. So,
and what was awesome to see was the press jumping on it, the massive positivity from the Dota community.
I love that nobody knew. It was totally a secret. Nobody spilled the beans. Nobody knew anything. And if you were a Dota fan, reading the comments, like 500,000 people watched that trailer right away. And there's a lot of fans that were like, how did they make this in secret? Wait do people find out who actually does the voices? It's amazing.
I don't know a thing, obviously.
Well, I may or may not be doing a very special stream on my channel on Monday, and I may or may not have some very special guests.
Oh my God!
The show. I cannot confirm nor deny.
Don't deny
that might be happening. It might be. You never know.
Well, if it just happens to happen, can you tell me? Because holy shit, knowing.
Yeah, no, I'll tell you. Yeah, there's some good stuff in. For those of you who don't know, I was working in a small capacity. I was the animatic editor one of two, that worked on the new Netflix show called Dota Dragon's Blood that is based on the Dota or Dota 2 game.
2, yeah.
You can play it on stream. There's like 15 million players. It's made by Valve, the company Valve. And my friend Ashley Miller, who co-wrote Thor and who co-wrote X-Men First Class and Agent Cody Banks, and he was a producer on Red Sails and wow, 1,820,000. Okay, there you go. That's incredible. Wait till they see the trailer. They haven't even dropped the trailer yet. He created the show, and he asked me when they were working on it if I would come on and help out. And this was a year and a half ago. And he's been working on the show for over 2 years, and no one knew that it was getting made. We had to keep it a total secret because, you're working with Studio Mir, and they did like Voltron and things like that. And they did The Legend of Korra. So nobody knew that it was being made. And I could say that I was working on something, but I couldn't say what it was. And people kept asking me. And I said, well, I can't. Because if I'm like the Tom Holland, they would have known it came from me. Like I couldn't have said. And it finally got announced yesterday. So it's been fun. It's been fun to work. I'm going to be working on it at 4:00 today, actually. Working on a sound mix. Yeah, we're it's 3 seasons. 3 seasons were already commissioned. And season 1 is obviously finished, but now we're in the middle of season 2, and we're doing what are called sound spotting sessions, where we work with the sound people and talk about what sounds are here, and we work with the composer. What are we looking for here? And it's a lot of fun. So.
Oh, yeah, I'm chuffed to pieces for you. And I was really excited when I saw the animation because holy shit, that's just like some old school, beautiful animation that I used to know, and it's wonderful to see it in that capacity again. Oh my God.
The Studio Mir, the backgrounds and the character design and everything is, I mean, this show is there a lot of shit goes down in this show. And it gets to be on a very epic level. And it's great. It's definitely R-rated. So there's sex and violence in it. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
And all that, folks, rose up from somebody using the Warcraft 3 maps design system.
Yep.
Fuck you, Blizzard. Man of War 665, neighbor of the beast, with a $6.65 super chat. Here's a steaming shit for you. Why, thank you, sir. I wish all shits was $6.65. That's lovely. Then we have Grin Akuma with a €2 super chat. Hashtag HOTLESGate. Hashtag cancel as Edward Woodwood. That's an in-joke now. The Edward Woodward from The Equalizer. I know. Hashtag controversial. Hashtag cancel as. Hashtag all of it. Fat Steven Seagal with the 2 Canadian. Can I get a fade in and fade out, please? Yeah, we should have done that to start the video. Fade in. God, how'd you do that, Robert? You've been in film how many fucking decades and you're reading fade in off the cue card?
Me?
Kathleen Kennedy.
Oh, yes. That's not good.
Before talking utter shit.
I haven't seen that video yet.
Let's have a look at the ratio while I'm in a good mood. While I'm in a fun mood to take the piss out of Kathleen Kennedy, let's just have a look at the ratio at the moment. Fade in. It's the first thing you hear. Fade in. It's currently on 93 likes. It still hasn't even hit 100 likes.
Wow.
93 likes, 8,700 dislikes, and I'm still the top comment, but now with 2.1k likes on the hypocrite that stands for nothing, hashtag we love Gina Carano. Which I'm sure will get ghosted by the Oscars very shortly indeed, folks. So don't worry about that. It will vanish. It will vanish off. Oh, Jesus, she's getting ratioed to hell, and rightly so. You can't talk about strong women and sack a woman for having an opinion that was taken out of context on purpose so that they could use a political argument to sack her. Meanwhile, Pedro Pascal, Reet, no, I'm salty as hell with Disney Star Wars right now, dude. Salty as hell. Where do you get to? Az loves the equal queefer on for the £5 super chat, and it's got a picture of Queen Laquifa on it. There you go. I'm shocked, as you saw on the real BBC yesterday. Figures and DVDs are racist. How dare you? Did you see that guy?
Me? What?
Did you see the video of the guy bringing up a screenshot of a stream that I was on with the Quartering and Tom from Midnight's Edge, Gary from Nerdrotic, Nick Ricada was on, and we were discussing the Gina Carano sacking.
Okay.
And it was last Friday. Quartering put it together, kind of like very quickly. And if you wanted to come in, he threw the link out there. And this guy, he didn't listen to anything. He just had this screenshot, like this. If somebody screenshot this page now. So there's like a bunch of us in the triangles. And I don't know if I should just show you the video or it's like a couple of minutes long if you'd like to hear his take. If you'd like to hear his take on us, this is what we have to, when I say this is what we have to fight against, this is somebody who's doing a show on their own, talking to themselves without listening to a word, without getting any context, just making all manner of accusations against us all. So let's bring it up. Here it is. Hold on. I just need to.
And he's a DVD collector. What does this have to do?
Oh,
with
you'll hear dude. When you hear it, I want him to be hoisted by his own petard.
Okay,
as they say. This is his hot take coming in.
It's been on a delusional.
I sent you one of those screenshots you were talking about.
Where? This one?
Yeah.
Let's see what this is. Do people know what I'm talking about here? Here, look at this. This is what they're doing. This is what the losers are doing now because they can't be losers alone. Look at this. We're
having an open discourse. That's
Chrissy Marr. Look at the balds.
the balls.
Look at these fucks. They all collect DVDs and figurines. These are the worst people that we could. Autistic people, Hostbuster. These people. They're on such an off path. They're so far off. And historically, we would have ignored them. They were always silenced and sentenced to a life alone. And now they found this is QAnon. This is
notice how somebody, Gary, do you notice how, Gary, Robert, do you notice how somebody came in and took the bottle of alcohol away, by the way? If I'm clicking the wrong screen.
Who is this guy?
No, don't know, it's just some loser. This is his own house. He gets about 45 views. Look at the bottle of alcohol and just watch what happens when he's talking.
And now they found this is QAnon.
This is QAnon.
Proud Boys.
We're QAnon and Proud Boys.
Scum of America's bottom floor. And they found community. It's the most dangerous thing happening today. And they almost know that what they're saying is nonsense, but they get their friends to agree with it. It's really weird. It's like when you see Gino promote the Proud Boys and pretend that they're just a great. They're not great. I don't hate great people. All right.
Wow.
I don't do stuff like that. I know who's shit. I know who's full of crap. And these guys are bad. And they shouldn't have internet access. And today we're going to show you some of the grandest delusions of all. I hope that doesn't impress you. But I don't know what can be done. I don't know how we could fight back without looking like it's political. This is the problem. It's because you try to fight Gino Bisconte and they go, oh, he must be a liberal because Gino's on. See how they weaponize this whole political thing. It's very frustrating.
Wow.
That's what open discourse, dude. Open discourse. We're without even listening to shit. He said, you know, as you heard, he said, oh, I already know who's full of shit. He doesn't have to have any context. He doesn't have to listen to anything. The bald, dude. Well, if you have male pattern baldness, I mean, that's the Nazi death sentence already, isn't it? You know?
Wow.
We're QAnon. We're Proud Boys.
Oh, so this guy has 31,000 subscribers. And I guess he's been around for a while. I don't know, but this guy, he doesn't. The real thing about it is he doesn't even know anything about anybody he's talking about.
No. Why would you want context? Why would you want context? Why would you? He's literally speaking to an echo chamber. He's speaking to an audience of him.
Yeah, that's very disconcerting. Well, wow. I love that he uses DVDs. Like, you know, a lot of people still watch DVDs. Libraries have still use a lot of DVDs.
Well, they're clearly QAnon Proud Boys then.
I would love to know
You're a QAnon Proud Boy. You got figurines.
I've got figurines. Wow. Wow, that's disconcerting.
Robert, if you were in that chat with us, you would have tarnished with the same brush as well.
Yeah. Wow.
How do we take internet access from them? How do we prevent these people from talking? How do we round them up? How do we sentence them, as he said, to a lifetime alone? Look at them. Look at them. They've got together and having open discourse on the internet that anyone can listen to and make their own mind up whether they agree or disagree.
That's terrifying. You don't want that.
No, open discourse is a disgusting thing. Particularly when you're discussing the firing of Gina Carano and you're trying to go through the various aspects of context and also hypocrisy. But there you go. Yes, so if you got DVDs and figurines, that's it, dude. You are an alt-right.
Apparently so. I mean, I didn't realize that, but it's good to know.
Yeah. Welcome to the club. Boag with another 20 Mexican dollars. Bob, I think that's for you. Do you have any Soul of Chogokin figures?
Chogokin. Yes.
Sorry.
As a matter of fact.
Oh.
Well, I was putting this together. All I can tell you is I can show you part of a Soul of Chogokin figure. It's right here. It actually goes to something that goes over there. But yes, I am a huge fan of the Soul of Chogokin line, and it is something I've been getting a lot of. Soul of Chogokin is a Bandai line that started out. It's over 20 years old now. It is a die-cast line of super robots. It started out being 70s super robots. But then they've added crazy things, like there's a space battleship Yamato that's part of the Andromeda, that's part of the Soul of Chogokin line. Also, there are now Power Rangers figures, the monster figures that are part of the Soul of Chogokin line, and it's great. I love Soul of Chogokin, and I even have, there's a couple above me, but you can't see them. But yes, I'm a huge fan. And I mean, I'd love to one day collect them all, but that would cost tens of thousands of dollars and be very hard to do. But I still, the last one I got was Idians from Space Runaway Idian, the series. That was the last Soul of Chogokin figure I got. But they're die-cast robots.
We got a great super chat next for you, by the way. Nick Titanaries with a £5 super chat. Rob's kryptonite is Basic Instinct scene in a chair with a cigarette.
What are you going to do? Arrest me for smoking?
What are you gonna do? Arrest me?
Oh, I love that scene. Boy, do I love I've never met her. I'd one day love to meet Sharon Stone. I would love to make Basic Instinct 3.
Oh boy. What,
Yes,
just you
I
and her?
would.
Just you and Sharon Stone. Where's the rest of the actors? It's just thee and me, Sharon. I've set the camera up over there. Got a couple of shots.
Yeah.
Top
Yes.
down. We're good
I
to
do,
go.
by the way, I do have the Arcadia, the Soul of Chigokin Arcadia. It's on the same shelf as the Space Battleship Yamato over there.
Ooh.
I know.
Tyler Maudlin with a $20 super chat. Rob. Ooh, got some Rob love. This is good. Rob, I blame you for this addiction. Years ago on Heroes, you talked me into my first sideshow fet. Then you talked me into Hot Toys. Now I'm about to buy an MK47. Mark 47. Fucking hell. There.
Ah.
There's my Mark 47. Mark 47, and I'm strictly Star Wars and Gunpla collection. Love the show. There you go. By the way, Tyler, the Mark 47. It's divine.
Mm-hmm.
You were right. When you get your first diecast, it's like nothing else. It's like, oh my god, I've touched Jesus.
Yeah, it really kind of is.
I've touched the robe of Jesus, and this is how it feels. Christians in the chat going, as your Muslim uncle. It's okay. There's some more with a $5 super chat. Hold on. This is my mum.
She's calling back.
I got to ask the question. Mum. Right, I'm live streaming just to let you know. So I'm going to be really quick, but I have a question I need to ask you. In the garage or somewhere else, do you still have, or was it given away many, many years ago? Do you still have the Action Man Jeep? The big Action Man Jeep?
Oh.
Do you know where it went?
The answer no one wants to hear.
Yeah, the big green Jeep. It's okay. It's okay. That was what I called to ask you, but I'm live streaming, so I got to get back to the live stream. But I'll give you a call. I'll give you a call tomorrow for a chit chat. All right, bye. Love you. Bye. Thank you. It's nice to hear. Fuck. No, but she doesn't know when it went. Because she gave a lot of stuff to churches and charities and stuff like that. So it's probably gone.
There's no excuse.
Do you want to have fucking kids in me? I'm joking. I just hope wherever it's ended up, somebody's having a good time with it. Because what would I do with it? I'd just place it somewhere. So I'd be greedy. I hope it's getting played with by some kid somewhere. Because it was played with love. Oh no, dude, I can't read this fucking super chat. Anyway, your Muslim uncle with a $5 super chat says hot toy of fully functioning Sarlacc pit with Kathleen Kennedy face mold as the orifice, shall we say. He's phrased it slightly differently. No. Bill Bonius bag of donuts with a $5 super chat. Hell, everyone. Thanks to you mad lads. And Roberts, Meyer, Burnett's mention of the 1 in 6 outfitters. I am the proud owner of a 1/4 scale Infinity Gauntlet hot toy.
Wow.
Send
Okay.
help. No, you don't need help. You need nurture.
Yeah. You do need nurture.
I saw Anthony Mackie playing with a life-size Infinity Gauntlet during one of the things. He was hilarious, and I was just thinking at the end of it, I want a life-size Infinity Gauntlet.
Well, they make them.
I know.
Hot Toys makes them. They have another one. They have
And you can do the fingers. You can do the fingers.
The nano gauntlet's coming out. The regular gauntlet's out. The nano gauntlet. I was looking at that and going, do I need that for my display?
Do I need
that? Because that nano gauntlet's really cool.
The nano gauntlet looks lovely.
It does look lovely.
That is cabinet worthy. I mean, that is its own unique.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's like the 1 in 4 Batman. It needs its own.
Yeah, its own
home.
Yeah.
God damn it! I bet
like
you
that quarter scale Spider-Man that's coming. I'm all about that.
Well, I got one on order too.
I can't wait.
I got one on order too. I have actually had to say to myself this month, just stop buying shit. Okay, just stop. You've done enough. Just pull back, son. Pull back. You got so much on pre-order. You don't know when they're going to go. Right, back in 5 things are coming tomorrow.
Well, yeah. There's that's the worst.
So I'm just like, okay, I got the Lego. I got Lego. We can do some stuff. Boag again with 20 Mexican dollars. You can view Az's Lego room on his OnlyFans. I say. I'm just wondering, did I Instagram the
Now I'm thinking, do you have an OnlyFans?
People want an OnlyFans for my clown pictures. That's what they want an OnlyFans for.
Hey,
I do.
You have an OnlyFans?
Yeah. There's you can just barely see. There's a cabinet with some of my Lego in it on my Instagram.
There you go.
It's in the description. The link to my Instagram is in the description. Down below. I've just liked my own Instagram picture now. Fucking hell. Okay, I don't know how this thing works. Gary's fucking wife does this for me, so between us girls. So here, actually I can't make it a bit bigger.
Hey, I have to tell you something.
Yes.
I have to go on my own stream.
Oh shit. How long you got?
I've got 7 minutes.
Okay, we're nearly there. I'm gonna smash through.
I don't mean to cut this short.
No, I have lost track of time. I wasn't. That's a lie. Actually, Robert, that's a lie. I didn't lose track of time. I wasn't even paying attention to the time.
No, we've been having a good time.
Exactly. That's the sign of a good time is when you're not even paying attention. Laughing Kuru with a $5 super chat. Hey, Az just got the 1000 Toy Deluxe Nero DMCV figure plus. Got my eyes on the Metzco Superman Red Sun and Commander Rogers figures as well. That's a yeah. Grin Akuma again with a €2 super chat. Can you show the Figmas? I'll buy Muck Frin Akiris next. I'll show you my Figmas. I'll show them next week.
Mm-hmm.
Your Muslim uncle's back again with a $5 super chat. Based on their age and G.I. Joe love, Mr. Nolan and Mr. Burnett must know the show Combat. If you don't know it, Discord watch party with Gary.
I know Combat. It was a little bit before my time, but I know it. I've seen episodes of Combat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's exactly like it sounds.
Okay. Combat. Deckard the Couch Guy with 50 Norwegian krona. Bend over as. Oh, dear God. You know what time it is? Insert pineapple insertion scene from Little Nicky here. People just live their sexual fantasies out in the chat. They just in the super chat. I'm paying you money, and I'm gonna fucking have a sexual fantasy. All right? Okay, it's your money. Thaddeus Maximus with a $10 super chat. Hey, lads, just wanted to lend my support. Love your show. Don't have the budget for toys, so I can live vicariously through you and RMB. Love RMB and Graham too. Oh, thank you very much indeed, sir. It's very kind of you. That's why, I'd like to do more of the giveaways every so often. When people don't fucking cry. Danny Boy with a £5 super chat. Hello, Az and Rob, the bad influential crack pushers. I just couldn't myself and pulled the trigger on the 1 in 6 scale Batman Beyond. Yes.
Oh.
Can't wait for that one to come out. Big Fat Nerd with a £5 super chat. The Ant-Man head is the grin you make when you fart in an elevator full of people, but no one knows it was you. Sandman says, runner with a 1 Canadian fiddy phallic hot dog. And Sandman says, runner with a 2 Canadian. Are there any figures to stay away from? Only the ones you don't want.
Yeah.
Only the ones you don't want. The ones you want, they're good. Deckard the Couch Guy with 20 Norwegian kroner again. Just started watching SG1 and I'm enjoying it. It's a fun show. Eric K with a $5 super chat. As Ant-Man and the Wasp doing the do and going on a romp. Sounds like you want to see some more skin from Lily getting down in the sheet. Well, I mean, she's a beautiful woman. She's a beautiful. I think she's like stunning, and she's got this like spring in her step, which just kind of makes you feel she's athletic and fun. Did you see her on Endgame? Like all the women are just like sat around talking and shit. She's fucking doing push-ups. She's doing fucking push-ups. It's like, holy shit. This she's ready. She's doing what the boys are doing. She's getting pump on. She's getting a fucking pump on for the scene. But she's good. No, I just want fun. I just want a fun romp. I want a fun romp and a fun film. And I want just the pair of them to be able to explore their relationship together. Deck out the couch guy with 50 Norwegian kroner again. As confirmed, he's literally bumbling Godzilla amongst his 1 in 6 scales, enjoying that mental image of Az walking around pretending to be God. I know, I just got no room. I got no room for nothing. Man of War 665, Neighbor of the Beast with a 665 super chat. In the nude. That, I think, is an amendment to the previous super chat from Deckard the Couch Guy, by the way. Yes, I do walk around my house nude, walking through my 1 in 6s, pretending I'm God. Thank you. Well, actually, pretending I'm Galactus, but Dirty Soul Money with a £5 super chat. Hi, Rob. The Rocketeer behind you. Is that the Funko version? Also, do you own any other pulp heroes like Phantom or Dick Tracy?
No, this is again the Metacom. I got this. This is almost 15 years old. This is the Metacom real action hero version of the Rocketeer. It's their version 1. They made a version 2, but this is version 1.
Boosh. That's all we got, Robert. I'm going to push on. We got a couple more. That's all. Mark C with a $10 super chat. I think The Mandalorian is over. Season 2 had a satisfying ending. Gina Carano was cancelled. People are forgetting that Pedro Pascal just signed on to a multi deal series. Well, he has with The Last of Us. Eddie Riffick, USN. So good to see you, Mark, by the way. I really hope you're doing as good as you can be doing, man. And all the love in the world to you, sir.
Yeah, I didn't know that. He's the official toxic fan of my channel.
Yeah, he's a beautiful man, and God bless him. Eddie Riffick, US vet, with a $5 super chat. No message, but thank you, Eddie. Deckard the Couch Guy with 100 Norwegian krona. I miss series like Hercules and Xena. They didn't take themselves overly seriously, just some cheap entertainment, and they actually had a fair bit of serious and good message woven into their stories. Yeah, they were just meant to be fun, and then when you do a serious episode, then it comes across as serious because you know the tone of the show.
Mm-hmm.
Snake Burton with a $5 super chat. When Banner Hulk said he could not hold the destroyed building up, I wish Banner would have heard the Hulk say, I can do it. Hulk is strongest there is. That would have actually been quite cool.
Yeah.
If he went from Professor Hulk then into the Beast was always going to come back out. Silix666 with a £2 super chat. Correction, root beer equals Awful. Deck out the couch guy with 15 Norwegian Corona. Somebody please animate Az's face onto the Age of Empire priest, because they go. Okay, and Deck out the couch guy with another 50 Corona says the fact that the bottle is there really underlines the whole drunk uncle who never really socializes at a family gathering vibe. I think the man is damaged, to be honest with you. God bless him. I think he's damaged. Somebody said, don't give him a platform. They put in the chat, don't give him a platform. You showing him gives him a platform. He has every right to have a platform. He has every right to have a platform. He's every right to say what he wants. He's got to be very careful not to get too slanderous, though, because if he gets too slanderous, then we're going to have to slap him across the face. But he's got every right to say what he's want. And if he's got a true opinion, regardless of whether you agree or disagree, he's got every right to do that. Yeah. It's the people like him that are turning around and saying, we need to stop these people from talking. That's the problem. I'm not trying to stop him from talking. And that's the problem. Yuf K with a 20 Danish crowns. I bless this white supremacy has. Thank you. It's DVDs and figurines. Rene Ole, Gunnar Rene Ole with a 50 Norwegian krona. Do I see figurines and DVDs? No. We've got to repossess those, I'm afraid. Okay. The Opposition HQ with the £5 super chat. My local shop asked my mother to wear a sticker saying she's exempt from wearing a mask. My first thoughts were the same way with Gina Carano did with a tweet. A UK supermarket has done the same. They want to put a yellow sticker on as well, which is
oh boy,
yeah, supermarket. There's an easier way to see whether or not somebody's exempt from wearing a mask. They're not wearing a fucking mask. Okay, you don't have to then put a yellow sticker. Fuck it, let's make it a Star of David. Fuck it, let's just gas him. The OG fan when Star Wars was just good, probably with a $2 super chat. As talking to his mum's the best TV I've seen in years. Gunnar Reniole with a 50 Norwegian krona again. You can make a free workshop OnlyFans with your clown pictures, and then people can rain tips over you. If that's how it works, I'm going to make an OnlyFans right now. And the final one, Az isn't fat, he's big boned. Lies. With a £5 super chat. If a clown as OnlyFans exists, that means someone is getting slapping their tickle trunk all over your images. Look, if I get paid, you can do what you fucking want.
I love how they use that meme of you as their picture.
Yeah, it's great. I see. Does that look like somebody who takes themselves too seriously? You know, you want to see somebody take themselves too seriously. You want a fucking skyline. You want a 55-inch screen. You want some scotch. You want a beard. You want to really want to get into that microphone. You know. You want to shift your head from side to side. You really want to get in there. Robert, sir, you have got a stream to do. Why are you late?
I'm late. I'm going though. I'm going right now. I'm going right over to it.
I'm so sorry. I let it get away from us.
Next week we'll do it again.
Yes, and you can let it get away from me.
No worries. I will see you.
It's been a ton of fun, and thank you so much.
It's been so much. I will see you later. And this was obviously a lot of fun. Graham Nolan, how cool is that?
All the cool.
Very cool.
All the cool, sir. You jump off, and I'm going to. I'll do the goodbyes.
All right, do the goodbyes. Thank you for being here. Thanks for supporting the channel. Buy more figures.
Yes, with other people's money as well. Mr. Tickle Trunk slides in a 2 Canadian. Az has never touched me in an unprofessional way. Correct. I've only touched you in a professional way. Guys and gals, thank you so much for today again. We had over 1,000 people on the toy stream for most of the stream. Over 1,000 talking about toys. The support that this show gets is just getting better and better and better. And I can't thank you enough for it. It's so it's so, what's the word I'm looking for? Uplifting. It's so uplifting to see the chat, to read through. Like I said, I'm always looking at you. It's so great to see the chat really enjoying themselves, throwing suggestions out there. Have you got this? Have you got that? You know, and invariably, particularly when you got somebody like Robert in the chat, you know, sometimes he does, and that makes things a lot more fun and interesting. Graham was just the best. I do have so much love for the guy. He's been a massive part of my childhood. Tech comics, Detective Comics. and to have him on showing off some of his absolute beauties, ladies, was so wonderful. Huge thank you again to everyone who hit the super chat button and supports the channel too. You guys and gals are absolutely amazing. Everyone who just turned up to watch, you know I love you so much. So that's awesome. And I won't forget today my mods. I felt so bad last night forgetting to thank my mods. Yes, I was tired. That's not an excuse. They were there the whole stream working away. They deserved the credit. So I apologize. This is one time where I will apologize. I apologize for not thanking my mods for last night's stream, which went on for the best part of 6 hours. So they devoted a lot of time. Vanessa, Purple Valkyrie, I love you both. Thank you so much indeed, my beautiful wit ladies. And thank you again for tonight. And we have another sneaky super chat just at the death. Can't pronounce that for shit. I think it's like Quater Beta Feta Hater with a $5 super chat. Started rewatching Smallville recently. G's TV sucks now. It has its fair share of issues, but no PC stuff is so refreshing. PC Lana's actor Kristen Crutch is hot. Smallville's a great little show. The first 6 seasons, 5, 6 seasons, it's really good fun. It is a really good fun show. And yes, it was just so nice not to have any of this bollocks that we have now. But, you know, once upon a time, we had a normal world. Now we don't. So I will be back with some more stuff very soon. You take care, you beautiful fucking sausages. Bye for now.